Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Dungeon Sphere. If you are here, then you might be aware of what the Dungeon Sphere is. Just a reminder, it is a giant competition in a giant sphere, kind of like the size of a Death Star, but maybe bigger, where they're trying to race to the center to win a wish. The whole team. This team against 12 NPC teams. It's pretty lit, actually. And yeah, so we kind of ended on a cliffhanger last time. So let's just let me recap what happened. At first, they went to this creepy circus and fought a bunch of zombie clowns. They got smashed with some zombie clown hammers and, dispatched them pretty quickly, but had to use some resources. Canari kind of like stepped into it and then went to go get the present that would get the last coin to get to the Citadel of Doom. But she kind of tried to pull the ribbon off, but it was tightly. Canari is not strong. So
I have a +1 strength. I just want to be clear. I am relatively strong.
You're as strong as strongest party member.
The strongest party member can't fly though. So that's the only issue.
I did compensate strength for flight, so
yeah,
you gotta pick and choose.
As soon as they defeated the zombies, well, most of them, there were some still clawing at the side of the tent trying to get out because of turn undead. They were able to successfully get the coin, and then a creepy Charon-like boat driver with a pole, gondola appeared in the mists and then took them across the lake in order to reach the end of the level. It was pretty neat. All of the flesh beings, so everyone but Umbran, had to kind of go through some temptations, just a little bit of trauma on the way across, but nobody was pulled into the lake of ghosts, which would have turned them into a ghost.
That would have been fun.
That would have been really fun, yeah.
Yeah. I'm always so sad when you don't get to do your fun stuff, Dev.
That's okay. There's lots of fun stuff. I'm satisfied when something happens here and there.
Someone's turning into a zombie tonight, so.
Yeah, well,
vampire.
Oh, vampire, sorry.
Yeah, so speaking of which,
guys, it's Wednesday and I keep thinking that it's Friday, so.
That's a few days ahead.
I know, I'm off on my days, don't worry about it.
So, disclaimer for this episode, it's been a rough day, y'all. It's gonna get a little weird.
It might get weird. The weird part, though, was the team was given 2 opportunities to take a long rest.
Which we did not trust. You don't take a long rest in a vampire castle.
They decided that they would just go to the final boss battle for this level and just, have a good time. Which, in a sense, it is a race against other teams, so saving 8 hours probably could benefit you. But in the first turn, Umbran was attacked a little bit and then was crushed and then set on fire by a chandelier that was booby-trapped to fall on the crew. So we're going to kind of get into that.
Rip in peace.
We actually finished out round 1, so we're going to start with round 2.
That's a 10.
Oh.
No, this is a 2.
Show the camera the 10.
Well, you're supposed to look at the parallel one to the camera, Do you look at the dark side of the moon? I don't think so.
Yeah. I want to be as mysterious as it, so I look at it a lot.
Team Reaper's all about the dark side of the moon. You should know this by now.
You said the dark side. That's copyright.
Yeah, but we don't have any a status, so do we have to worry about that particularly?
Maybe. It is Disney after all.
That's true.
I don't know. I feel like Disney is.
Should we get down to business?
After anyone.
Yes, please.
If we want to know if we're gonna die, Disney, God, we'd all be set.
See what you did there. All right.
Oh God.
So, what we are going to do is we're going to start at the top of the rounds with Braenna.
Oh, was there a battle map?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ready? Bam.
Get back on Owlbear.
That's a map. Look me.
I was like, I'm missing a tab, but I don't know what it is. It's the map. All right, now we're good.
Oh goodness, here we go. Okay.
I
I've got
told you guys
two
it's gonna
things
be a
on me.
rough
Cool.
night.
Cool. I'm excited
So-
about that. Okay.
It is Braenna's turn.
It's my turn.
However, Moxie, your back begins to feel like it's burning. And the book that you've been carrying by your side starts to feel warm. Braenna, go ahead and take your turn.
Well, that's an ominous way to start things. Okay. I still have my shield, and I'm using the Lightbringer, which is lit up for radiant damage. Which is important. Which is important for these things that
Very much so.
like to suck blood and whatnot. Rudely. And I'm going to recklessly swing at this thing. Ooh, it's a good thing too, because I got a 1 on one dice, but 17 plus whatever I add, I don't even know.
That will hit.
9. 26.
No, you missed. You missed.
Figured as much.
AC of
She's got
1,000.
shield as her AC's at 30 now.
So, with the Lightbringer.
When you bring the Lightbringer out and it starts flaring, the spawn begins to hiss, kind of like getting into a feral position, claws out, baring teeth.
Yes, and I am still raging from last week because it's only been a round, I think.
Yes.
So first attack is, ooh, nice. Let me math. 10, 16, 18 points of damage, with
Okay.
5 of that being radiant.
5 radiant. The radiant energy off of Lightbringer actually starts to sear into this vampire's flesh, almost causing these bits of the flesh that you struck to turn to ash before your eyes.
Like it. Second attack. Ugh, not quite as good. 21.
21 does hit. Not as good.
But max damage for 18, 20 points. With 6 of it being radiant.
Big ol' smacks.
Big old smacks. 38 points of damage. You're welcome.
And when you are done, you may terse pass the turn. So I'm gonna combine pass the turn into one word, and now it's terse. You may terse
So terse is already a word, Dev.
over to. Is it?
Yes.
It's a new word. This one has a U in it. Anyway, you may pass the turn to Umbran, who will have to make a death saving throw.
First
Braenna
ever
gets-
death save. I'm gonna use the bloody dice. Umbran doesn't have blood in him, but it's fun.
Oh,
How
The
many?
fire that's consuming you is just going to be flavor for the death saving throw.
Well, I've got bad news. It's a 2.
at least it's not a 1.
Not a
At least
1.
it's not a 1.
All right, so
How many-
mark
how many
one
attempts?
failed death saving throw.
12 temp HP for Braenna from
Oh,
Twilight
yeah.
Sanctuary, since that's up right now. And Umbran would have to get healed with like a regular healing spell. Because like if I give him temp HP, does that just mean he
Temp HP,
yeah.
what it does is it will give a cushion. So
Okay.
if Umbran takes damage
hmm
before the next turn and the damage doesn't go beyond the temporary hit points, then Umbran will not have that automatic failed saving throws. So if he has 10 temp hit points and he takes 10 or less damage, no failed death saving throws. But he will still have to make your death saving throw at the beginning of his next turn.
Okay.
But once Umbran's turn is done on that death saving throw, you may
Yep.
get some temporary hit points.
11 temporary hit points to Umbran.
Thank you.
All right. So then it is the vampire spawn's turn. The vampire spawn is going to make a melee attack with claws against Braenna, flanking with this bat. Oh, you did reckless. All right, so that I don't think hits. That is a 16. All right, so it gets a second attack. So the claw comes, scrapes off of your shield, and then with an 18 on the die plus 6, 24. The second, as the vampire spawn rakes with the shield, uses this momentary distraction to not scrape at you with its claws, but instead grapple you. And you are now grappled.
Just a hug from a pretty lady.
Yeah, so you feel her tight grip on your arm as she sort of just puts herself in there and makes sure that you can't move. Hissing in your face, probably saying some mean things to you in Elvish.
Seems rude. Not a fan.
It's an elf vampire. And now it's the bat's turn. I think Bat A is barely holding on. But Bat A will, since he's right there, he's going to make an attack against Vrexil. Mr. Bat makes a bite attack. That's a 23. And its teeth will sink into you for 5 piercing damage as you raise up your hands to defend against it, and it bites down onto your forearm, blood trickling down, and then it releases. And then after that Bat B is going to make an attack against Braenna at advantage, and that won't hit. You just, as you're grappling with this vampire spawn, you put your shield up and just smack the bat in the face, just knocking it away. And then Bat D will run up on Canari and will hit for 6 piercing damage as it bites into your shoulder and then releases as it's flying around. And then it's Lord Orrenon's turn. Lord Orrenon will see that Moxie is just sort of right there. And he is going... Actually, not Moxie. He is going to see Braenna being grappled.
No.
And he is going to... He is exactly 30 feet away, so he is going to look into your eyes. As you make a cursory glance his way, his eyes pierce into your mind, and I need you to make a DC 17 Wisdom saving throw.
Oh.
I believe in you.
Oh, no.
You got this.
Oh, no, guys. This is bad. Okay. I've got a +2.
That's all you need. That is a 15 on the dice.
Roxy's looking at my dice tray very concerned.
I'm gonna say it's probably not a 15.
One.
Is it a 14?
Oh no.
Oh
It's a
no.
1. You are charmed by Lord Orrenon. He looks into your eyes, and when you get caught in his gaze, he says, "Hello, my friend. Protect me." And you believe that he is a trusted friend who is in need of protection.
What about
I think you're
his
being grappled.
spawns? Do I need to protect them?
Not his spawns.
So I can still attack the spawns. Because the one of them is attacking me, I will attack it back. Right?
Although the target isn't under the vampire's control, it takes the vampire's requester actions in the most favorable way it can, and it is willing to target. It is a willing target for the vampire's bite attack. And then he's going to run up on you. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Wasn't
and
he
he's going.
flying? He was flying up in the air.
He was spider climbing 30 feet up on the wall.
Yeah, he was spider walking. So he's gonna spider walk.
This is a CR13.
He was 15 feet up. So he is 15 feet up. So he goes 15 feet down, and then 5, 10, 15. And that is his movement speed. I'll give it to you.
I'll give it to you.
Moxie.
I mean, you could like do math stuff for it, but
Moxie.
yes.
On your turn. The Book of Eldath yanks itself from your side.
Well, that's rude.
And begins swirling around you, and its pages flipping around. And it gets to a certain page near the beginning with the symbol of Eldath glowing on its almost golden trimmed page. And suddenly you feel a burning sensation on your back as the symbol of Eldath appears as a tattoo on your back.
More tattoos!
It almost takes up your entire back from your shoulders down to the middle. And you hear in your voice, now is the time. And you have access to the Book of Eldath and its abilities.
Sweet.
Did Moxie just level up mid-fight with 1 level of cleric?
No, it's just a temporary thing where you don't need a level to use it.
And keep in mind, Moxie is currently under the effect of the Fisticuff spell, so you get an extra unarmed strike per action if you use that.
Okay, so I will go ahead and run up to here. I have to look at this book again.
The book begins flipping through the pages as you start thinking of like, what do I need? What do I need? And you finally land on the page that you need.
As I send you the link.
Yeah, right. I was like, okay. So I'll go ahead.
I already added it to her inventory, so.
Yeah, I have it.
She's had a few days to look at it.
I know. I just had to look at it.
But it's a lot.
Again to figure out.
It is a lot.
What I wanted. Where is it? How do I find anything anymore? What is D&D?
It is.
There it is. Okay.
It's dynamite.
Damn.
Okay, so Moxie will go ahead and attack the bat here first. Because bats are stupid. So that's a 19 on the dice.
That will hit.
Okay. That's gonna be 7 damage.
7 damage.
Yeah.
You break one of its wings, and so it sort of hits the ground and starts flopping around, trying to stay up.
And then I can take another attack after that, right? Because of fisticuffs, that's what it is?
Yeah.
Okay, well that's...
You get an additional
15?
Unarmed strike. 15 will definitely hit.
Sweet.
You also have the extra attack feature, so that's 3, and then your bonus actions.
Yeah. Okay, so that's gonna be 11 damage.
And you uppercut the bat, and it flies back and then lands on the ground, crippled and dead.
Okay, well, that kind of worked for what I wanted to do. So I'm gonna use my bonus action to do Fury of Blows on. I think I can get to someone else. Yeah. On a different bat, but first, instead of doing a punch and then a hand of healing, I'm gonna do the hand of healing first since I'm right here at Umbran.
As you do that, the book starts to glow matching the glow of your hands.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool.
What was
so
that?
An appropriate response. You don't know what's gonna happen.
I think that would be Moxie. She would just be going,
I for one appreciate how in character you are.
Thank you. So that's gonna be 9 health to Umbran.
Thank you.
Yeah. And then
This is quite the pickle. I've heard those are bad.
What?
Pickles are delicious.
Pickles are
Only
delicious.
dill pickles, though.
I don't know. All I've heard is that pickles are bad when you're in a pickle.
Oh, ha 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 ha. I get that now. Okay,
Thanks.
I'm actually gonna go up to here to be flanking, and then
Alright,
do my
Umbran, you're alive.
other
Come on.
fury of blows, maybe.
So, jab, uppercut the bat, and as you go, you just like kind of graze your hand along Umbran, and the healing energy just like restores him back to life. The flames still sort of burning you, but you can just and then you run up to the bat for your last blow.
So that's a 17 dice.
Actually, you have 2 more.
I have another one.
Yeah. 17 hits.
Okay. Boo. That's 6 damage. And I'll go ahead and use a key point to Hand of Hermit if I can find it.
All right.
Actually, just kidding. I'm not going to do that. I don't think necrotic damage is going to do that much.
It's just
Is
a
it
regular
a
bat.
bat or is it a vampire?
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay.
You know that it's just a regular bat.
Got it. Okay.
Vampires have control over the children of the night, so like bats, rats, like that kind of stuff. So
I forgot what I was hitting. So it's going to be 4
extra
necrotic damage. Yeah, and because I used Hand of Harm, that creature is poisoned until the end of my next turn.
All right.
Okay, so that's my bonus action, and then I'll go ahead and attack one last time. That's the wrong dice. Dirty 20.
Yep.
That's going to be 9 damage.
All right. Pow, pow, pow. And this bat is not looking hot. He's
Sweet.
looking pretty beat up. Once
That
you are
is
done,
my turn.
you may pass the turn to Canari.
Canari.
Moxie will get some temporary hit points.
Yeah, 9 temporary hit points to Moxie.
Sweet.
Bam.
Then, okay, if Umbran's up, that changes kind of what I want to do. I'm going to move Spiritual Weapon up in between Braenna and Lord Onion. Honestly, I don't have time for his real name.
I have named him in the notes Lord Buttface, so Onion's
I like
much
that
nicer.
one too. And gonna take a crack at him for a 22 to hit.
That hits.
Great. That D8 is gone forever. God. 5 points of force damage
All right.
on him, and then that was bonus action. I'm going to Toll the Dead on Bat D. So I need a Wisdom save of 15.
Wisdom save of 15. He will roll. And that is a 13. What spell was that?
Toll the Dead.
Oh, okay.
It's a cantrip.
Yep. He takes it.
Okay. Great. Has he lost any hit points?
Yes, but you are seeing that he's slightly restoring the wounds that he's taken so far.
The bat?
Because I don't think he's taken radiant or fire damage yet.
The bat?
The bat.
Oh, the bat.
The regular bat.
Yeah, I thought they were just regular bats.
Regular bat.
I've been lied to.
Wait. Did you attack the bat with Toll the Dead?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you attacked the dude.
No.
Buttface.
He got the frying pan upside the head.
This bat has actually not taken damage.
Oh, okay, so that's just D8s.
Yeah.
For now. But cool. So that's 10 points of necrotic damage.
Not too bad.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'll just stay with this dumb bat.
All right. At the end of your turn, Lord Orrenon is going to use a legendary action to step forward. He's going to step right here, and he's going to take his hand and caress the bottom of Braenna's chin. Hello, my
Oh,
dear.
gross.
Does that count as an attack?
No.
Not yet, it doesn't.
Has moved just 5 feet, but
He's got to duck a little bit. I'm kind of short.
once Canari is done, it is now Vrexil's turn.
All right,
Oh, he
seeing.
did? Okay.
Was his legendary action just to touch Braenna?
It was to move,
right?
5
Oh,
feet.
got it.
I will use a legendary action to be creepy.
I don't like it.
Jeff says that to himself every morning when he wakes up.
Yeah.
It's his morning mantra to get himself pumped for the day.
My God.
Nothing else to do in this small town.
Yeah. Just waiting for the next adventuring party, like, legendary action. Okay, Vrexil seeing that. Is that enough of a cue with what Vrexil knows about vampires to be like, something's up?
The way that Braenna is looking into his eyes, staring longingly for whatever's to come, it's concerning you.
Okay.
You know what's next.
Yeah, okay. Vrexil is going to just try and be the distraction here, pull out the Gem of Brightness, and third command word, it's going to go in a 30-foot cone with which I should be able to get the bat, Lord Buttface, Braenna, and the Spawn all in one.
Lord Buttface. You're doing the third command?
Yeah, so it's the 5 charge use. But that should definitely draw some attention Vrexil's way, because that's creepy.
And so you're aiming it
Yeah,
to hit all of them and Braenna, right?
Yeah, Braenna included, because I don't know what Braenna might do. So
Yeah, it might be beneficial.
it's a Constitution save, I believe, DC 15. Yeah, Constitution.
Okay, well, you dice have betrayed me, so I can win.
B-Bat. B-Bat is blinded
Hey.
and poisoned. It screeches. And Lord Orrenon. Ooh, he is not blinded.
Not with that attitude, he's not.
That is a 19 on the die.
Okay.
And then the vampire spawn is blinded.
Okay. And then
I got 15, by the way. I don't know what the save is.
DC is 15, so you're good.
Yep.
And then I'm in Canari's thing, right?
Yep.
Okay, then I won't use the defensive thing. Instead, here's what it is. He hasn't seen the field in a minute. Bonus action, Soren will fly out.
My boy's back.
And,
Here you go.
yeah. Bonus action, just kind of poke at him.
Poke him.
Let's see, I forgot what the plus is on this. Force strike attack. That's a 9.
That will not hit.
Yeah, so Soren's flying around, just trying to generally get in his way. And that's it for Vrexil.
Well, Soren goes on his own turn, right?
But immediately after Vrexil.
Okay. At the end of Soren's turn, Lord Orrenon is going to bare his fangs. This will maybe pinch a little bit. And then he sinks his fangs into Braenna's neck, who willingly allows him to do so. And he starts guzzling on her blood.
As a reaction,
Bleh.
since my ally is getting attacked, right? This counts as an attack.
That is correct.
I'm gonna teleport to here.
Ooh.
Oh wait.
I think I still had to roll, Braenna, but that did hit. That was a 13 plus 9. So you will take 8 piercing damage. And then 15 necrotic damage, and that also reduces your maximum hit points in such a way.
So 8 and 15.
Yep.
20.
You also can
So-
repeat the saving throw.
So, if 4 of the 15 was eaten by temporary, does it still drop by 15?
No, it's only the damage that has hit
it's only gonna drop
your
by
actual
11.
hit points.
Okay.
Yep. And the piercing is still halved because of rage. You're still in your rage because it hasn't.
Oh, so
Yeah.
even better. Okay, hold on. So now I have to math. 8,
Yeah.
7. So it's only minus 7. So 4.
Wait, no,
and
that's
9.
that's necrotic damage.
No, you said the 8. 8 was
The 8, yes.
8 is half to 4.
Yes.
And then plus 15 is 19 damage. I have 12 temp hit points. So,
Oh, you have 12 temp hit points.
So
Okay, yes.
8
Only
temp
only 7.
takes away the 15, so 7 loss of max.
Yep.
But not 23 damage, only 19 damage.
And you can repeat that wisdom saving throw.
And hold on, I gotta do a thing. Minus. Oh, wrong way.
Oh, did Vrexil get 10 HP?
Yeah, you got 9.
And
Okay, rolling the other dice.
as Moxie sees
That is a
the
19
fangs,
on the dice.
as Moxie
Yay.
sees that you have been bit, not only do you come to from this charmed,
I'm like, what the-
Moxie, the pages of the Book of Eldas flip to a certain page that seems to have a magic symbol, a sigil on it, and she blinks out of existence from where she is and then reappears as a reaction. And she appears within 5 feet of Lord Orrenon. She doesn't know how this happens, but she's there. So it's time
It's
to
fine.
punch.
Yeah.
It's like, that's new. And then, Braenna, it is actually your turn, and you have snapped out of it.
I've snapped out of it, and hey, guess what? If I'm remembering correctly, I am surrounded by 3 things.
You are.
So I would like to Beer Tornado!
Ah!
Ah! And
Start spinning your
I'm
hammer around.
recklessly doing this. So advantage
You're,
on all of these.
The one ancestor who started teaching you this, he's just like, yes, 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 just like off to the side.
And I spin in a freaking
In its
circle
ghostly
and
form.
everything's going everywhere. So
So you get to make 3 separate attacks against each of these creatures, right?
yes, I'm gonna make attack against each one of them, yes.
Wonderful.
So for the spawn, that is a 15 to hit.
That hits.
For
Also, each one that you hit does get that disadvantage thing,
Oh,
right?
yes, everyone has
Yeah.
all of these have disadvantage on hitting anyone that's not me. So spawn gets 17 points of damage, with 5 of it being radiant. How is that spawn looking, by the way, with the damage that I did last time? Because I don't think they've never had a chance to regain besides what they drank from me that one time.
Right. You're thinking that maybe just a couple more hits will do it
Okay.
from how they're looking. The amount of singed parts of their bodies, the parts of it turning to ash already.
Cool. Second hit to Lord, whatever his name is, I don't even know.
Orrenon.
21.
Yeah, that's like 2 letters
21 will
away from
definitely
my
hit.
name.
For
Orion Orrenon. It's ridiculous.
16
Copyright.
points with 5 radiant.
You said 16?
Yes. 5 of it is radiant.
All right.
The bat is not undead, correct?
Correct.
But natural 20.
Ooh, okay. You're probably just gonna obliterate the bat, but since you're doing the stats and everything, still roll damage.
2 plus 4, 10. 20 points of damage.
And the bat gets knocked away and then crumples. I have to move that. Bloop.
So that's
And
that.
we're still in the sanctuary.
Yep.
Mm.
Now, I think this, so that's my entire, I don't get this like my extra attack because we did the Ironbeard tornado.
I think it counts as an attack.
So I get to do my second attack?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
Well, this is going towards the spawn then.
Yeah, it's a special type of attack that just hits multiple enemies. So you took the attack action and do it, and now you get to do your second attack.
Okay.
I also really like the idea that you spun around in a whirlwind and Lord Butthead is still just on your neck.
Here's what you used.
This was
God,
not
he's
part
still
of
stuck
the
in there like a tick.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So now we're going against that spawn. And that's another nat 20.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
It's reckless, man. That's why I do it. Ugh, garbage rolls though. 3 and a 1. So the 1 is the radiant, but that's fine. 4, 10, 12, 24 damage to the spawn.
All right. It's still standing, but you've actually not completely obliterated one of its arms.
Yes.
Wow.
And
Just
it
get
loses
this one,
claw
guys. It's
attack.
almost dead. And that is my turn.
All right, you get temporary hit points, and then it is Umbran's turn.
Yeah, how many hit
11.
points? How many? 11? Okay.
Because you
Yeah.
definitely lost those.
Tell me
Yes.
about the strength check I would have to be able to make to get this chandelier off me.
It's
Oh.
it's
As all
actually,
my friends have continued the fight and was like, he's fine under that thing.
it's actually not hard. You don't need to make a check to get out from under it. It'll just be like the getting up from prone 15 feet of movement kind of thing.
Okay, cool. I would like to stand up and pretend I still have some dignity left.
We'll never speak of it, don't worry.
Thanks, I appreciate it. I'm going to throw out a Tasha's Mind Whip at Lord Buttface and Lord Buttface's girlfriend, not Braenna. Haha, fun joke.
All right, so what's the DC for those?
It's a twin spell, so it's an intelligence save of 16.
16. Lord Orrenon, it looks like it's going to hit him, but suddenly his hand reaches out and grabs it, and then it just it burns in his hand away as he uses a legendary resistance.
It's still going to explode in his face, and he's going to take some brain damage.
He will. And then the spawn will fail.
Awesome. So she's going to be wrapped up in the whip. I'm also going to curse Lord Orrenon, I'm Orrenon. Yeah, Lord Buttface. He's going to be cursed
Buttface.
with my Shadowfell Shard. He's going to have disadvantage on his next saving throw if he chooses to take it. She's going to take 10 points of psychic damage, and he's going to take 5.
The mind whip wraps around her neck, and you yank, and her neck is severed from, her head is severed from her body, and she crumples to the ground.
Oh.
Well, that's one way to restrict some action.
Nice.
Way to
Good
get
job,
ahead
Umbran.
of the game.
Wow.
Came back
and
swinging.
Thanks. I always do. I'm also going to pop a healing potion just in case something hits me. It's probably not, and I'm going to waste this healing potion, but who knows?
Bonus action healing potion. Chug. Once you're done, let me know.
But is it +2 or is it +4 for healing potions?
Did you do a little
Depends
one?
on the healing potion.
It's how many ever
got little one.
It's how many ever D4s you rolled. That's how many pluses.
Okay.
Regular healing is +2.
So that's gonna be +7 for me. So
and
16 hit points, and I'm 7.
You get some temporary hit points potentially.
It's the same.
Okay.
11.
Yeah, 11. I rolled the same. So.
And Canari's still battling with this bat, so the bat's just gonna make a quick bite, and will miss.
Nice.
And Canari's just like, stop. I gotta give temporary hit points.
I'm busy.
We just need a magic squirt bottle. Stop it.
What's the visual of these temporary hit points? Like I'm kind of picturing like some of the stars start swirling around them, like having like this light shield. But like, what would you think?
Oh, it's like definitely like not just like swirling around them, but like kind of infusing into their armor a little bit.
Oh, so like a star kind of just like hits them and then it glows and sinks into their armor and their person. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
It's like a light punch. She learned it from Moxie. It's just a shooting star going directly into people.
Classic
right.
Moxie.
It is now Lord Orrenon's turn. He is going to.
I'm not grappled or willing anymore.
Correct. He is going to turn to Moxie. Another wants to play with me. And he is going to make an unarmed strike against you. That's a 19. Does that hit?
Yeah.
All right. You are now grappled. And now that you are grappled, he is going to go for the bite. The DC is 18. And he will bite and sink his fangs into you. He doesn't regain hit points this turn, by the way. Just an informative moment there. You will take 6 piercing damage. And then, that's a bad roll. Only 6 necrotic damage, which also reduces your maximum hit points.
Okay,
Except for
so
10 of that is reduced by my spirit guardians. Also, he had a disadvantage on both of those attacks, by the way.
Oh, he did.
Okay, so I don't take any damage, is what you're saying?
Maybe.
He still hit.
Even with the unarmed strike?
Yeah. It was the same roll for the unarmed strike. It was a 16 for that second one. And then the second one for the bite, I rolled 20. So they both still hit. High rolls. But the damage was terrible. You don't actually take any damage because I believe you're probably reducing. Can you reduce only one or all of it?
I reduce the damage.
All of it. Okay, so you take no damage.
Okay.
And so as Lord Orrenon is about to sink into your flesh, one of Braenna's ancestors like puts his hand on Lord Orrenon's face and says, not today. And it somehow works. The spiritual energy just pushes him back. And
The callus from years of blacksmithing on his hands just
the
like...
Ironbeards were very big on consent, and they still preach it now after death.
You know what Henry Crabgrove says. And Orrenon is done, and it is now Moxie's turn.
Okay. So Moxie's just gonna kind of laugh a little bit.
I would step 2 spaces to the south, maybe.
Well, I'm grappled though.
Oh, you are. Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Can't.
Then don't step 2 spaces to the south.
I just slowly move. I don't actually want to do that, but I'm just
Damn
curious.
in the junk.
Moxie's just gonna go radiant consumption.
All right.
Ooh.
You start to flare. The book starts to flare. Your eyes start glowing, and like streaks of like light start pouring out of them. Your tattoos all light up, and you go Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
That's in character. Yeah.
The sub versus the dub in anime just.
Okay. So yeah. So I will bonus action. To I think I have like a bonus action to attack. I have to find it.
You have to.
Are all of them attacking?
For your unarmed strike bonus action, you have to make the attack action.
Oh gosh. Okay, hang on.
I learned that by watching Critical Role because Marisha was always like, "Can I bonus action to attack?" And Matt's like, "You have to make a regular attack first."
Very good Mad Mercer impression.
Hang on.
It's my day job, actually. Actually, I have a wig. In my
you have
closet.
A wig?
Yeah, a Matt Mercer wig.
Oh, weird, but okay.
And a little vest.
Okay.
Aw, I love that vest.
Yeah, that's dumb. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna just be now really bright for just a little bit. And so I'm gonna take 3 damage. He's gonna take 3 damage. And I believe Braenna is also gonna take 3 damage. Yeah. Sorry.
And it's like, ah.
But it's just extra radiant damage on him, which is the
radiant energy seems to sear out, and Braenna, it's sort of scalding your skin a little bit.
Ouch. It's okay.
Right.
Star ate it.
It's kind of like if you are in the sun a little bit too long, or like you accidentally touch like the oven or something. Like, ah. Yeah.
Is it everyone within 5 feet of you?
10 feet.
10 feet.
10 feet. Okay.
Oh, Soren!
Oh yeah, sorry.
Oh no!
Oh no.
He's like, it's so bright.
Soren's doing fine.
All right. So, is your turn done?
Yeah.
You didn't take any actions or anything.
Well, that counts as an action. The radiant
consumption.
consumption.
Does it?
Yeah,
Okay.
That's why I was trying to figure out like. Okay, so then actually, what I'm going to do, I found it. I'm gonna do patient defense. Can I do that while I'm?
Yep.
You
just taking a deep breath and time slows around you.
Is that what it is? I have too many things going on now.
Patient defense allows you to take the dodge action. Or
yeah, I was just checking what the book does. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and use a key point to take. Is it an action to do that, or it just says you can spend 1 key point?
bonus action when you spend a key point.
Okay. So yeah, so I can spend 1 key point to take the dodge action as a bonus action on my turn. So I'm gonna do that as my bonus action. Is to dodge. Can I do, even though I'm grappled?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
You're basically just like extra prepared to block any attacks. You're not focused on making any, like make an attack. So you just like, basically like he's grappling a little bit of you, but you have your hands up in a way where you're like gonna push his face away.
Okay, and because I did that, I think it's only Soren who is 5 feet within me.
Soren, yes, gets +2 to his AC.
Yeah, you get an extra +2 to AC, Soren.
So this book.
Bump Soren's AC too.
Like the char of the light on Soren's armor. It's like.
Yeah.
What's his new armor class?
Yeah.
It's 15 now. Damn.
Wow. He's a beefy little bird now.
So how this is going to happen is essentially your extra, like your defensive abilities just kind of like expand around you, and a little shimmering symbol of Eldath appears in front of Soren.
Okay.
So whoever's within 5 feet of Moxie when she takes the dodge action will get +2 to the AC.
Okay.
She's essentially giving you half cover, so.
Would Soren also get temporary hit points from Twilight Sanctuary?
Yes.
Yes.
I forgot to roll that.
The bird.
Soren gets 12 temporary hit points.
I got you, Soren!
Which is what his 3 probably should have come from, right?
At the end of Moxie's turn, Orrenon is gonna try to sink his fangs into you. So disadvantage.
Orrenon needs to shut up. We're still talking about Soren.
As he's like burning.
I've rolled 10 hit points for Moxie, and it bumped up to 12
So cool.
compared to 9.
Yeah.
Let's see if
Well, I
this
think those were
bite hits.
gone, right?
Well, no, because you blocked everything, so like all the damage I would have taken would have come out of my temporary hit points anyway. But then the 3 did, so it just bumps me up to. I'm just burning, but it's just 10 hit points that are burning.
It's just the stars keep on like going into her body, and she like eats them a little bit, like
Yeah,
catches them
they-
as a
yeah,
snowflake.
Yeah.
So the bite will hit with the 12 and a 13 plus 9, 21 and 22, so 21 hits. So the dodge, unfortunately, didn't do much, but the bite will deal 8 piercing,
Halved
halved.
Okay.
because of the spirit guardians.
Yep.
No. Well,
And
yeah,
then-
because yes, that's how it works. Sorry.
And
Thinking.
then the necrotic damage will be 10.
Halved.
Which is well, okay. So is it only halved once because like I already have a resistance to necrotic damage?
No, it's halved twice.
So it's
Oh,
halved.
so if you
so
already
it's down
have
to-
necrotic, yeah, it's
So you have it
twice.
and then you have it again.
Okay, so it would go down to 5 and then
2.
3? 2? Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Well, I'm still sitting at 6 HP, 10 hit points, so it's fine. And I'm at like
Just reels back and it's like, why are you making this so hard?
Tanky are we? Jesus.
So good, so good. Yeah.
I forgot how many like
Once
abilities.
Moxie, I'm loving this. I'm loving this.
Moxie was made for a vampire fight.
Once
You're like, yeah,
Moxie's,
keep biting me.
now that his legendary action is done, it is Canari's turn.
I'm just taking this all in as this like giant bat is trying to like bother me behind me. I'll take it. No, not now.
I'm busy.
I'm busy. I'm gonna do that. And I'll cast another Toll the Dead behind me at the bat. So Wisdom save DC 15.
It succeeds. 17 on the die.
Ooh. I swear to God, if we get through this vampire and the
The bat's
spiritual
still
weapon,
up.
yeah, spiritual weapon goes down. That's a dirty 20 to hit on Lord
Ooh.
Orrenon.
Okay. And the frying pan goes bang right against his head.
11 force damage.
Ooh.
All right. Once you are done, you will pass the turn to Vrexil.
All right.
Yep, that's all I can do.
Vrexil will step forward and noted last time it's in like the bulkier armor, so 2 of the legs go and then and they just come out for 2 thunder gauntlet attacks with advantage, I think, because I'm
Correct.
flanking.
Yep.
That's a 26 to hit and another 26 to hit. Double 18s on the die there.
Both hit.
So that's 10. Oh my god. 25 points of thunder damage. And just as Braenna's effect imposes disadvantage on everybody else, it's the same thing. Vrexil now imposes disadvantage, so everybody. And then
Disadvantage all around.
how's everybody looking health-wise?
Great.
I think Umbran's the lowest of all of us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. I don't think it's gonna hit me.
Also, do be aware that if you end there, you will be in
Yeah.
the 10 feet for next time, but
Right. I think we feel okay about that. But yeah, Umbran looks not so great, right?
Nothing's gonna hit me. I'm fine. I got taken out by a chandelier, not this asshole.
Just in case though, Sanctuary
Oh,
on
thank you.
Umbran. So if anything goes to hit, Umbran should be good. All right, and that's it for Vrexil. Soren just takes the dodge action because I used my bonus action.
You could. Oh yeah, you can't. At the end of Soren's turn, Lord Orrenon is going to move. He's going to have his cape come out like bat wings and basically just go. Oops, I gotta get rid of. Move this. Go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And he's gonna go right there.
Is that something we can all try and...
And it does not provoke opportunity attacks. It was just so sudden and spooky.
Okay.
So he's also no longer grappling me?
He is also no longer grappling you.
We be spooked?
So he goes between Canari and this bat. And that's the end of that bonus act, or that legendary action. So then it's Braenna's turn again. I don't know if Vrexil, how many temporary hit points Vrexil has, but...
Oh, yeah. I still had 9 from last time.
I didn't roll higher than that.
Okay.
Braenna is going to be like, now where on earth do you think you're going, creepy? And run 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Okay. And Umbran is standing up, right? Yes, okay.
Sure am.
Okay, let's go.
Double 12, so 21, I think.
That'll do it.
Yo. 14 damage. Where's the first attack? 22 for the second 22 to hit for the second attack for that's better. 11, 17, 19 damage. And there was radiant in there.
Yep.
For my 2 attacks. And that is it. And now still disadvantage.
I thought I got away from you.
You are too slow, mister.
He's surprisingly slow, actually. Just 30 feet. Once you were done, Umbran.
How does this guy look, just in general?
Well, he is finally below half hit points. So he's like breathing heavily. There's different bruises. Parts of his skin are like burning because of the radiant damage.
Well, it's just, it's the classic. They love to see it. Shadowblade. I'm trying out a new thing with my Shadowblade, though. I'm feeling daggers aren't that effective. I'm going to make like a 2-handed Shadowblade scythe. Kind of lean into the Reaper aesthetic as I flip my hood up. And just take a
Can't wait for that character
at this
art.
guy. Yeah, that's just something I'm thinking of. There's no reason to stick with
Suddenly, a scythe appears in Umbran's hands, shadowy energy just radiating from it. Umbran's core sort of glowing with it.
And I'm also going to just top a Flame Blade, just to make a little extra scary. I have advantage because I'm flanked with Braenna. Thank you.
I also have it from Twilight Sanctuary, right?
And from Twilight Sanctuary, which is great because one of them was a 3 and the other one was a crit.
Yay!
Oh! Whoa!
Really
Perfect
leaning
timing.
into it.
You're just like, that chandelier was not my aesthetic. And then
I mean,
slice.
your aesthetic is lovely, but I hate you. Please leave. Oh, for so good. So that's going to be 14 points of fire damage. Just a good start. And then that's going to be 24 points of psychic damage.
Ooh.
And that was all doubled already?
That's all doubled already. For a big, chunky 38 points of damage.
You did that.
I did do that. Thank you.
You just see Braenna behind you, just like.
Do you want to surrender now, or do you want to die? I mean, we'd be happy to do either.
To be honest, I cannot surrender.
Not with that attitude, you can't. Come on, shake it up.
Actually,
And then it is his turn. He's gonna look at Braenna. You just want more, don't you? And he's gonna charm you again.
Rude.
Wisdom 17.
Excuse me.
That's a 10.
Suddenly you're just completely trust him again. You're like, oh man, what am I doing? I need to protect him. And so you feel as though you should protect him.
Rude.
Please, take care of your friends for me in the most hostile way you can. And that is his only action. So it is now Moxie's turn.
Oh, well, I don't
Braenna.
like this.
I'm going to say that you would use your ancestral guardians to protect him as well with this effect.
Yep. That makes sense. I don't think I haven't used my reaction yet, so. But are they still causing disadvantage for any hits? Well, he's not doing hits, so it doesn't really matter.
They would still do that against your allies, but he's also now your ally in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
Let me check a thing. Okay.
This is actually very like a good thematic moment to like do this battle in October, by the way.
Yeah.
It's almost like you planned it or something.
I actually did not plan it that way. It just sort of happened.
Okay, Moxie's just gonna attack and hope for
Alright.
the best. Does it still count as flanking? If I were to move and be like, oh wait, never mind, I'm gonna move here, and then it'll be flanking with.
Yeah, you're
Never mind.
flanking with Canari.
I forgot where I was standing and where everyone had moved.
It's like, are you attacking the frying pan? Like,
Yes.
Sword and I are ganging up on that frying pan. Finally.
I've always wanted to get you, frying pan. It's a 17 plus 8, so 25.
25 hits.
Okay. And that's 11 damage.
All right.
Oh, I was gonna ask this. Since I'm already radiant consumption, could I like bonus action to make it turn into the like righteous fury? Or
no, it would still be an action.
okay.
Because then you use your action to channel it into your fists.
Got it. Okay. Well, I already took my attack action, so I can't do that yet. All right, then I'm gonna attack again for fisticuffs. That's still on, right? That's
Yep.
still happening? Okay.
Mhm, yes.
That's an 18 plus 8, so 26.
Definitely hits.
Oh, boo. That's 6 damage.
There's just still this bat next to Canari.
I like to believe if the bat is still alive at the end of the fight that he'll like join us as a new companion.
He's like, no, you guys are cooler.
this is my giant bat, Jeffrey.
Jeffrey. With a G-E-O.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got Jerome already.
More familiar.
I rolled a 19 to hit.
Yep.
That's gonna be 11 damage.
All right.
And then it's a oh gosh, math is so hard. 24.
Yep.
For 9 damage.
Are you done yet?
Yeah, and then it'll be 3 damage to
Everyone in that area.
yeah.
And Vrexil.
And Canari.
And 7 of that damage was harried, by the way.
Ooh.
Does Moxie still have temp HP or
I'm down to 3. There's probably a good chance you'll roll higher.
10 temporary hit points for you.
Okay.
Braenna, would you like to have one of those attacks? Or do the 2d6?
That was 7.
Okay. Okay. You already said that. Sorry.
Yeah.
I heard the number 7, but I thought that you were talking about temporary hit points. Like, that's number. Okay. At the end of your turn, Moxie, he's going to.
Wait. Flavor.
Yes.
What does it look like when Braenna's spirits are protecting this vampire lord? Because like.
They're like, we're so sorry.
I gotta know.
Yeah, they're like in one of them comes in and like knocks your arm slightly out of the way.
Yeah.
They're little charms too. They're like, we think this might be Braenna's future husband. And Lord Orrenon is going to use a legendary action.
The gnome. Go for the vampire.
Yeah.
So I think that would make it obvious that Braenna's charmed again, though.
Yeah. Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's running away. He gets to this pillar and he puts his hand on it. He's breathing heavy. And Moxie, it is your turn.
I just went.
Oh, Canari, it is your turn.
Also, is that an opportunity attack for anyone, or?
Nope, that's the legendary action that allows him to move without it.
Okay, if he's breathing heavy, I don't think any of us would die from a bat.
Do you have guiding bolt?
I was gonna one up it. I'm gonna cast Moonbeam at 3rd level.
Ooh.
It's my last 3rd level. Jesus. So don't die. But
you got the ring. You got the ring.
I have already used it to cast.
Oh no!
Yeah, it's fine. It's all good. All good in the neighborhood. So 5-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder of. I think Canari's like Twilight Sanctuary. You see like a full moon, like harvest moon, just rising behind her as she's like channeling all this like rage and everything else at this like dumb, stupid. She's hated this level with all of her being, and so just this full like harvest moon is coming out and just fires a beam straight down on Lord Orrenon. Yeah. So that's a Constitution saving throw 15, but if he's a shape changer, he makes that saving throw with disadvantage.
Didn't he have disadvantage on something anyways?
He does on his next saving throw. Yeah. I'm going to break your heart. The damage is on his turn. So when it starts his turn or when he enters it.
Nope, and that's totally fine.
Yeah.
I'm just maintaining concentration on that for right now.
What's the radius?
It's a 5-foot radius, so it's directly on top of him. It's just firing him right now, straight down.
All right.
But please make it. Yes. Insult to injury. Oh yeah. 24 to hit.
That will hit.
5 points of force damage. Screw that D8 in particular.
And at the end of your turn, he's going to use a legendary action to cry. Because he cannot move again, because he can only do each legendary action once.
Ooh.
Should have just hung out with us.
I told him he could have given up. I always give the option, don't I?
Wait a minute. Only one. No, he can take it. He can take it again based on this stat block. I thought that was just a general rule for legendary actions, but at the end of your turn, he's going to move 30 feet.
Rude.
He's going to. Yep, get right there.
He's
going to put his back is going to be against the pillar. He's running away, trying to formulate a plan. But once Canari is done, it is Vrexil's turn.
How inclined does Braenna look to attack us right now?
She's like, her trusted friend that she needs to protect is running away from these people. She probably won't want anyone chasing after him.
I feel like she might run toward, like, protecting that way. Mm-hmm. Maybe.
Would want to get within a certain amount to do the disadvantage stuff.
Okay. Yeah, then Vrexil will use his action to take his quill and start scribbling backwards and upside down and mirrored in the air. And lightning fast makes a book that goes and then sends that flying and just sort of bonks Braenna in the head with the book.
All right, so the DC is 17.
16.
No.
Oh no.
Oh, that
it just bonks her. Braenna's not used to books.
What do you do that for?
This is more like, you want me to read? I don't read.
I don't understand what's going on.
I thought hitting people with books have been the only thing Braenna's ever done with them. Have to rework that theory.
Vrexil, when you are done with your turn, by the way, you can pass it to Braenna.
Bonus action will just send Soren to dash. Just get in his way.
Prepare advantage. All right, Braenna, it looks like you're up.
I think she's going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and ready. And attack if
Would
anyone runs
an
by her.
opportunity attack give you the option to break free?
Or
do you have to redo the save?
Let me just double check. Each time the vampire or the vampire's companion, it's only if the vampire or the vampire's companions deal damage or do anything harmful.
Okay.
So I'm there, I'm readying an attack if anybody runs by me, but I get another save, yeah?
Nope.
No?
It is only when they do something harmful to you.
Oh.
So when they bite you or attack you or something.
Lame.
Okay, this is cheesy. I forgot to say, well, I wouldn't have forgot. I think, oh God, please be within 30. Why'd you have to run all the way there? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Twilight Sanctuary.
It's not within your Twilight Sanctuary.
Cancel it. Oh, I am gonna guiding bolt your vampire right up the ass.
Up the butt!
Up the butt!
Oh my God. Random hilarious story was playing D&D with my 5-year-old nephew, and
best person to play D&D with.
And he was fighting a spider. How do you want to hit him? Up the pooper.
Oh my God.
The spider's poop?
Good.
Yeah, I know, it's a giant spider.
Okay.
It's got to poop somewhere. Anyways.
All right.
Everybody poops.
Once Braenna is done, it is Umbran's turn.
Seeing Braenna go this way, Umbran's gonna go that way. With my rogue feature, I'm gonna bonus action dash, which I have exactly enough to get around him. Now I have a question.
Yes.
Does Soren count?
Yes.
He
For
does.
sneak attack.
He does.
Yes.
This is gonna be another flame blade, shadow blade, flame.
With advantage.
You guys know what I'm trying to say. Does an 18 hit him?
It does.
Okay, awesome. Oh, I got really worried. I was like, oh, I don't know if 11's gonna hit.
Braenna will be reducing this damage, I believe.
Yep.
Is she within range?
30 feet.
30 feet.
Oh, it is 30 feet. Okay, I thought it was a 10-foot.
The other one is 5 feet.
Okay.
He's gonna take
Or
7
10 feet.
points of fire damage,
All right.
and then he's going to take 16 points of psychic damage.
Reduced by 9.
All right. You slice at him, but the ancestors kind of like get in the way. They're really confused, but they're just kind of doing this because this is what Braenna wants.
Also, I don't have a ready to action anymore because I used my reaction to do that. So.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. which you all would see and be able to take advantage of. It is now Orrenon's turn. I need Umbran to make a DC 17 Wisdom saving throw.
I'm not great at wisdom, guys. It doesn't matter when you get an 18 on your dice plus 2, modified 20.
He looks at you and he says, "Turn to my side. Be my spawn. I shall get you everything." As he tries to charm you.
You couldn't afford me.
Blah. And then it's Moxie's turn.
Okay. Well, I counted it out, and so I'm going to bonus action to dash. Whatever, that's fine.
Yeah. I forgot to do the bat's turn. The bat's gonna make an attack against Canari. He's gonna miss Canari.
I told you no.
He just wants a hug.
I don't want a hug.
No. Okay, so Moxie is bonus action dashing to here. And she's just gonna do some punching. As per usual. A natural 20.
All right, roll damage. How do you want to do this?
Nice.
How do you want to do this?
Didn't get blocked. I could have got him.
He looks back at you as you run up on him, and he gasps, fear in his eyes.
It's just this like weird ball of light, and like her eyes are all light, and there's like light coming out of her mouth and on all of her scars, and she's just like, ah! And she punches him straight through. That was 10 damage for
your fist just goes straight through him. And he says, "Oh." And then because it's radiant damage, he can't do his Misty Escape. And he starts burning from the inside, crumbling to ash before you. And then just a pile of ash on the floor.
Sweet.
You see Braenna like shake her head like.
Yep, Braenna's out of it. Once Moxie's done, it's Canari's turn because there's still a bat.
I'm moving my spiritual weapon up, and I'm like holding it in my hand as I'm just wailing at this thing. A 25 to hit.
That will hit.
Umbran, you also take 3 damage from the.
That's true.
And so does Thorin.
So that's 12 points of force damage.
All right, it's still up. That was your bonus action.
This bat will endure.
It's like the employee with the month one at the first floor.
Yeah, right.
How hurt is it?
It's very hurt.
If I took the Warhammer that's been on my side this entire journey, can I just take it and bash its head in?
You can try, most certainly.
Moxie's gonna miss it because she's behind a pillar.
Yeah. Canari's gonna take out her Warhammer that Braenna made for her before the sphere. Yep.
You see the brand on the side?
Natural 20.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
Roll for damage, but you take this Warhammer. You haven't touched it in so long, but it just feels so right in your hands. And then you just go, "Hapa!" and smash its head into the ground, cracking the ground underneath it. And it dies.
Yeah. I mean, that's just 10 points of bludgeoning damage, but it feels gratifying. Yeah, it feels gratifying.
That's a good use of the hammer there, Canari.
Oh.
You see Canari just has some wild eyes as she looks back at you, just like,
First blood.
You see the throne sink into the floor, and then the floor rises up and becomes a doorway.
Get the hell out of here.
Let's look in the treasure first because I didn't try to kill this guy to not get stuff.
Yeah, you didn't get chomped twice to get nothing out of it.
Yeah.
That's true.
Do we want to take
go ahead.
a second, and I can do a ritual detect magic if we want.
I'm gonna move the moonbeam over on top of the vampire spawn corpses just to do some extra radiant damage and start breaking them down.
They start crumbling and turning to ash underneath the moonbeam. May as well use it since you cast it.
Cursory look to see if anything's trapped as we walk up to the chest.
Yeah, go ahead and give me an investigation check. Also, you all see is coffin right there. It's pretty cute.
15 plus 5, modified 20.
Modified 20. It is not trapped.
I didn't think so. Is it locked?
It is not locked. There was a lock,
open.
but it seems to have locked upon the destruction of the enemies in this room.
I kick it open with my foot.
Inside, you find... What am I doing?
Nothing. I don't remember what was in it. See you next
There's
time.
a DM with an existential crisis.
You find a sack of gold pieces. If you were to count it, it would be 500. You find what looks to appear as just the hilt of a sword.
That would have been helpful in the fight.
And you find a rapier with some fairly arcane but dark kind of script on it. Maybe like some sort of malevolent magic.
Ooh.
And
We've got sword hilt. We've got big sword. 2 swords.
you see a bright red gem, the color of blood.
And blood gem.
And you hear above you, and there's celebratory applause and such, and you hear the voice of Finn speak from above the announcer of the Dungeon Sphere. Congratulations on finishing level 2!
Thanks.
Whoa.
Is there anything in the coffin?
Ooh.
You can give me an investigation check.
Super good at that.
I'll help.
Okay. 16 plus my probably 0 investigation. Let me double check. Nope,
you have
plus
advantage.
17.
And I believe when Canari says, I will help, that also insinuates guidance.
Oh,
Yeah.
dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You look around the padding and such. You don't really find anything, but on the side, there seems to be a little pocket that would be easily missed if you weren't looking close. And when you go into this pocket, you will find a ring.
Hey, look, guys, I found a thing.
Man, if only it offered you the ring first.
Maybe it would have been less creepy.
Yeah, maybe. Probably not, though, because
Nah.
I'm assuming you would have said no, and then it would have just been
Then it would have
rude.
been weird. Oopsies.
Yeah.
There we go.
Well, let's head over to the rest point. Is that what they call them? I don't remember. It's been so long.
Yeah,
We
the
can
like.
check out all of our fun stuff in there.
I like it. Let's
Also,
get out of here.
I hurt. Would like to sit down for a bit.
As you step through the door and enter the rest, this place of rest, it's very similar to what you had experienced before, but as you pass through, it's a little different. It appears to be a spa and sauna, almost sort of resort that is specifically made for relaxation care. It also comes stocked with a full kitchen, foods. There's grasses and places to sit and relax, but there are cherry blossom trees, just bright pink bloom all around. And there's a light breeze that seems to carry throughout, and there's with a really, really nice scent to them.
Is there a chalice that we had to drink from? I remember that from like the transition from the first level to the second level.
Not this time.
Okay. Cool.
You don't level up. Haha, funny joke.
This time, as you step in a little bit closer, you see a pedestal with a bowl in it. And inside the bowl are some grapes.
Oh.
And suddenly, Quinn appears. Quintilius. Ah! That was That was incredible.
Yeah, it's like, oh, is he the vampire now?
Yeah, just sort of like, that was incredible.
He also thought it would be a funny joke.
I honestly thought, Umbran, that you would not make it out of there. So kudos.
Yes, if it wasn't for Moxie, I would be lying dead under a chandelier.
Very nice on that final blow, Moxie, as well. I'm sure that the viewers and the audience members will very much enjoy watching that fight. And there is a monster slaying guild that specializes in vampires and such that I have on the line. They might be able to give a donation or some sort of boon to you.
Cool.
So that'll be nice.
Have we gotten any others since our last chat at the beach?
Oh, you don't get those here. You get those at the
Oh, got it. Okay.
Yes.
Never mind. I erased my very excited sponsor's quote.
So this is a fully stocked sauna. Each of you get your own room if you would like to sleep. Same rules as last time. You get to rest and not worry about time here. Nothing here will be shown to the audience because of the time dilation. So just enjoy it. You can call up any scenes that you've seen prior and just do with it what you will.
Do we have any reason to be nervous, like, about things popping up?
There will not be things popping up here. That minor glitch has been taken care of.
Okay.
Are there other teams here, or do we have to resort to ourselves again?
All to yourselves.
How many other?
Oh, go ahead.
How many other teams came before us? We know. What was it? Not Nightwalker. Hydra and was it
Dragon.
Phoenix, Hydra, and Dragon. You were the fourth.
Okay.
To make it.
Oh.
We're making great time.
If
we
you
really bumped up.
One of these grapes, it will give you a little bit of a power boost and restored energy. So, enjoy.
Braenna has a handful. Just one?
You only need one grape, but you can eat as many as you want. Just make sure that everyone has at least one. So you must share, Braenna.
I suppose. Okay, and she
shakes.
Everyone gets one, and
everyone gets one.
Yeah, Braenna has the grapevine thing with all the grapes on it. So, the thing shake. So then they fall off into the bowl.
They fall on the floor, and Braenna's like, pick them up.
I have one more surprise for you. There are 5 rooms here, similar to last time, like the training rooms. You can definitely go in there and train and practice the signature moves that you had come up with earlier. I enjoyed seeing the use from each of you, except Canari.
Canari's not in the mood for Quentin, so she's just standing there, like arms crossed, tapping her foot, just like.
All right. Sorry.
I've got one more Shadow Blade if you just want me to get rid of him. I mean, you don't deserve this disrespect.
The surprise is each of those rooms contains an archive full of spell scrolls from every class that you could think of except Warlock. You can choose one of those spell scrolls of a spell that you can cast and learn that, and it becomes a spell of your class. So any spell is yours for the taking. And Braenna, since you can't cast spells, there is a special forge in your room. Each of them are labeled. With that forge, you can do one or both of these things. You can transfer that Blood Maul's enchantment onto another weapon, or you can take a scroll that has one that you can only cast on yourself and imbue it into a weapon of your choice, but the spell must be first or second level.
I can do one or both. I can do both of these things or just one of these things?
One or both of these things.
Both. Oh, okay.
You can put that spell in that same weapon if you transfer the ability. I made sure to have that special request done for you.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Kun. Choice.
I also put in another special request. Canari, in your room, there will be another special room. One that has a darker connotation to it for some, but it is a room with history, lore, and knowledge on curses. I hope that's enough to make up for past miscommunications that we've had.
I give him a hug.
I am just a hologram, so
I don't care.
You swoop through him. There's just like...
I'm vibrating. Just Canari's hair just gets really staticky. So there's like instead of the smooth down space buns, they're just pom poms.
All right. Well, if you need me, you know who to call. But enjoy your time. And he snaps and he blinks out, and we're gonna go to our mid-episode break.
Beautiful. We will be back in 12-ish minutes.
12-ish. And I think we are back. Hello.
Hi.
We are back.
Everyone spent their break freaking out over what spell they want.
Don't know.
Well, not freaking out in a good way. Like, oh my god! Oh! They didn't actually sound like that. Well, Wyatt did, but
yeah.
All right.
There are a lot of options. I got 4th level spells now. You know how many lists that is? There's so many.
No.
I may have adjusted the overlay a little bit.
Okay.
Just as a note. Similar to the last
Should we roll for hit points?
Yes. The first thing we are going to do now that we are back is we're going to roll for hit points.
4 plus 3. Nice. Yeah.
We will do it one by one. So
I've gone first.
Umbran went first. And
I rolled a 4 plus 3 is 7. Add to my 45, so I'm at 52.
Perfect.
And I'm taking a level of sorcerer if you couldn't guess from the d6 I rolled.
Perfect. All right. You get to choose who goes next.
Let's go with my new BFF who saved my life, Moxie.
Moxie, since you're doing cleric, make sure to do the cleric die. You are still turned off.
There's a D8.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, it's a D8 for both, I believe. So.
Nice.
Oh, I got an 8.
Nice.
Plus whatever my constitution modifier is.
A beefy cleric.
Okay, you get to go choose who goes next.
Wait, what?
You get to choose who gets to roll their hit points.
Oh, Canari.
Of course.
Yeah, I don't know why that was a question.
We're going in line of BFF.
Everyone is my yep. But
All right.
Canari, it's BFF.
Be kind to me, D8. Okay. That is a. Why am I trying to do math? I'm trying to add my con modifier. I'm all over the place. These spells. I'm so off. I rolled a 7.
All right. Plus your con.
Yeah, so that's a 9.
All right, Melissa or Jacob, aka Braenna or Vrexil. Who gets to do it next? Who's your favorite?
Wow.
Going in line of BFF, Canari, pick it up.
Sorry, line of BFFs, Jesus. Oh, why don't we do Jacob just so Melissa gets to roll that D12 as the last one and like
Beefy.
energy.
All right, Vrexil.
Yeah, 3. All right.
Plus con, not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Okay, here comes
And
the
now
D12.
it's the barbarian. Good luck.
D12. Don't screw me over. Nice. That's a 10.
Ooh,
Nice.
That's really good roll. All right.
Okay, though I'm
So-
still sitting at crazy weird hit points because of all that garbage
Garbage.
dev. I'll flip into my thing, manage HP. I rolled now 50. Okay. Good.
So you all are standing, eating grapes after Quentin has left. The grapes taste amazing. They're probably the best grapes you've ever tasted. They're the red grapes. And you feel this boost of energy. You feel stronger, mightier, and you think, wow, I'm ready for the next level already. Let's go.
You just
Well,
see
probably
Braenna
not.
start. She's
Maybe.
kind of bouncing around a little bit. She's like looking everywhere, like ready for anything.
All right. So, what do you do?
We have so much that we can do.
Yeah.
Oh,
None
well,
of it.
I'm gonna go check out that forge if that's all right with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Braenna books it.
Vrexil will probably want to sit down with the
Forge.
Uh,
All right. So you find a. You probably. Do you want to head in, or do you just want to like sit in the grass and just do it right there?
whatever the group wants to do. We'll probably go. It's like a tavern type deal in this place, you know?
I imagine
there-
it's like a Disney resort.
There is your own personal bar that has. It's like a smaller room, but there's some lounge chairs and whatnot. But the bar is fully stocked. Nice little table. It kind of resembles really like a really cushy, fancy restaurant kind of bar, but like a private room that you would have for yourself. Braenna, when you are
When
rushing,
she gets almost to the room, she's like, "Oh wait!" and runs back and gives the ring to Vrexil. Figure out what this is.
Certainly.
A proposal so sudden and she's gone.
you just hear the cries of Canari's mom in the distance.
Somewhere.
And the cheers of the Ironbeard clan.
Yeah. Ah, an artificer in our ranks.
They've got OTP flags. God, it made sense.
And then Braenna runs back into this sort of resort area. The walls are very regal. You're just running through, trying to find where these rooms. And then you get to the end of one hallway and it enters a circular room with a large column in the center. And there are 5 rooms with each of your names on it around this large column, marble floors, really pristine looking doors.
She looks for the bee, finds it, and walks in.
There's actually just your full name, Braenna Ironbeard in cursive.
Yeah, she looks for the bee. Finds it and runs in.
And you run in. Inside, there is this the nicest forge you have ever seen. Every sort of hammer, the tub that you dip the metals in after is just like it's brand new. The furnace, oven, whatever, it's just like completely just shimmering because of how brand new it is. The floor, wooden, soft underneath your feet. Yeah. And you see another side room, and if you go through there, you'll see a bunch of scrolls of first and second level, just here and there, and there's little labels under each of the different scrolls cases. They're in like those diamonds. Actually, they're going to be in squares because the label will be like on the bottom of the square. Let's do the square. And it's just it's heaven. This is the forge of your dreams. And you see the Iron Beard insignia on the wall.
Nice. Yeah.
And then we're gonna go back to Vrexil. That's your name. All right, Vrexil, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 or 3 items.
Rapier, hilt, ring, and gem, right?
Oh, and the gem. Yep. You have 4 items before you. So if you do identify ritually, that will require around 45 minutes, 44 minutes.
Yeah, that's fine.
40 minutes.
Yeah, go through one by one.
All right, which one do you want to identify first?
Let's start with the ring. Braenna brought that back. Let's go with that first.
All right, this ring. It is. You get the knowledge. It actually appears sort of like a magical illusion over it, similar to when you write. And the arcane sigils wrap around and you start undoing it just to get it into a language that you know. And it says the Challenger's Ring. Basically, whoever wears it can cast Compel Duel as 3 charges. And if someone wants to add it to their inventory, they would actually look for the Gruel Guild Signet.
Oh, okay. It's
from Ravnica.
So do you know offhand if this requires attunement?
It does.
Okay.
So 1 free, or up to 3 free compelled duels to attempt to force someone to fight you and no one else.
Okay. All right. Interesting. Let's go to let's go to this gem. Let's see what this does.
All right. So as you look at the gem, you start doing the same process as the last time, and you realize that this is a spell gem, a bloodstone spell gem. It may contain 1 spell from any class's spell list. You become aware of that spell when you learn the gem's properties. The spell is going to be, I didn't plan the spell, but I'm going to randomly pick one. Yeah, so there's other features with it. It's, if you cast from it, it's DC 15, it has an attack bonus of +7. This spell is Major Image.
Ooh. All right.
You already had something that did Major Image, so you're familiar.
Yeah, it's gone now though, so
it is gone now.
Useful. Let's do the rapier next.
The rapier is a sword of life stealing. Rapier of life stealing.
Okay.
Requires attunement.
And last but not least, this hilt. Is this like just like a regular hilt, or is this like a Anduril sword that was broken type like shattered thing?
It appears to just be a hilt, but as you're sort of assessing what it is, you learn that it is a sunblade.
Okay.
Would have been helpful.
Makes sense.
Yeah. All right. Vrexil will go to everybody's individual room and like knock on the door, be like, "Hey, it's a Sunblade and a Rapier of Life Stealing and a Bloodstone Gem and a Compelled Duel thing." Close the door, then just like run in the next room, and just like to each individual person.
What?
Wait, the rapier was the sunblade or the hilt was?
The hilt
The
is.
hilt was. The
Okay.
rapier is a Rapier of Life Stealing.
I'm gonna have to teach that boy message one day.
By the way, the spell gem, once you cast Major Image, then it's gone and you can put a spell of 3rd level or below into it again.
Okay.
Like a spell storing ring, except a gem that uses its own spell abilities.
And Vrexil will just let the group ponder that information, I suppose, and we can sort out who wants what later, since I think we're all kind of in our own spaces. I think it seems like so.
I have no idea. So, Vrexil spent the first sort of 40 minutes doing that, and then another 20 minutes just kind of like going around trying to find everyone to let them know what it is. So within that hour, what is everyone doing with their first little bit of time in this little in-between point?
I think Moxie would probably go towards the room. You know, she's just now trying to get acquainted with the idea of being a cleric.
Yeah, and when you pass by just a random mirror that's sort of just hanging up on the wall, you'll get a little bit of a cursory glance in your peripheral vision of this new Eldath tattoo on your back.
Sick. It's just like a huge waterfall scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's into it. She's like, oh, she probably would stop and like kind of admire it, like, you know, like trying to look
Pull
back
your hair
and
up
like
a little bit.
yeah. And she's thinking about like the shirt that she's wearing and if there's a clothing area in one of the places to purchase new backless shirts. So yeah, that's.
I mean, you can make your own backless shirt.
I mean,
You're not a coward.
I don't. Oh wait, no, I can weave. Yeah, I totally could make all my own shirts.
You can
I need to
cut
get
a hole in the back of your shirt.
Leaf.
Just cut holes in the back. Just gonna make nice shirts. Thank you. Anyway, so then yeah, she's gonna head to the training room and probably, you know, do some like meditation and stuff, sort of get acquainted with like the new things she feels like she can do, stuff like that. And then she will probably read about spells and get really bored. And
Each of them have a little label. You have a smaller room as well. You have no idea how they predicted that you would sort of become a cleric, but maybe they saw like the book, kind of like put 2 and 2 together. So each of the little cubby holes that each of the scrolls are in have a little label underneath, and it's just sort of a small room. But next to this room is a large area that is just sort of like a dojo. Nothing speaks to you. Nothing. It's not like the last time where there was that voice in like a room where you can just do whatever. It just seems to be like a little training dojo.
Sweet.
Do you know what spell you're choosing?
No, I'm kind of still looking
Okay.
at that because I'm also looking at I forgot to like figure out cleric spells, so I was like looking at like
Yeah.
kind of what I'm gonna take and like what makes sense.
Do you want to tell everyone what you're taking? What domain?
Oh, yeah, I can say so. From now on, I will always have heroism and sanctuary prepared. And then I'm going to take Bolt of Mercy, Magic Compass, and Mirror Symbol for the cantrips. And I'm still trying to figure out the other spells. If I should like take some healing.
You mean minor symbol, right?
Yeah, whatever. I can read.
And that's the peace domain, right?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And then now I can also just give everyone, hang on.
It's basically like a free bless.
Yeah, I have Emboldened Bond, and I can, anyone within like 30 feet of me, I can create a bond between us for 10 minutes. And you get a 1d4 to add to an attack roll, an ability check, or a saving throw.
Right
and
now?
you just can't add it more than once per turn, so.
Also, I changed some of the homebrew spells. So Fisticuffs is gone and is now a cantrip.
No.
And the cantrip just empowers unarmed strikes instead of giving an extra one.
I just want to attack more, though. I don't attack enough.
Yeah, we just already spent 10 minutes waiting for Moxie to finish her turn.
Because I can't, I'm just rolling dice.
So Moxie's meditating, reading through the Book of Eldath, trying to like just come to terms with this new path that she's taken. This trying to reckon the whole like I want to punch things, but now I also kind of worship a god of peace. How does that work?
How do I not punch things to death, but just to unconsciousness?
And you might come to reckon and understand that like even though Eldath is sort of a pacifist god and she desires peace and tranquility, she is also a deity, as you're reading through the Book of Eldath, that understands that sometimes you do have to use force to bring about peace, and that comforts you.
Yes. I shall bring peace.
And then, Canari, what are you doing?
I think Canari would. So she'd go to her room and kind of open the door and just like do that thing like every teen movie has, where she like puts her back up against the door and just kind of like slumps down for a little bit and just breathes for 2 seconds.
Your head back.
Yeah. And then eventually she'll get up and look through. She's got a lot of reading to go through.
There was a weight on this level just because it was just a place, a realm entirely of undead, fiendish forces, malevolence. You're realizing that like now that you're out of it, there's this pressure that isn't there anymore. And you have a lot of reading to do. You probably, knowing Canari, might head towards the archives of the curses and stuff first. Or would you rather do spells, a new spell first?
I'm still looking at all the spells. Listen, the most Libra thing about me is when you present me with like information overload, it's like, yeah.
2 minutes choices?
Well, there are. You said any list except Warlock. Oh my god.
Which sucks. Yeah. There was a couple Warlock spells I would have taken.
There's some good ones for Umbran in there. But I think I'm down between like Counterspell, Dimension Door, Polymorph, and Sickening Radiance.
You know, it doesn't have to be a 4th level spell.
I know it doesn't have to be. It's just 4th level spells are fun. Yeah.
But why not?
I feel like Counterspell would be like the best choice. We don't.
Yeah. That's just the thing. It's like I think it's on the sorcerers, but I have it in front of me. Why am I not using my technology? Yeah, because it's on sorcerers list, it's on warlocks, it's on wizards. And I can take Counterspell. I think it's in like it would be in Canari's lane to kind of do that stuff because she already has Dispel Magic and is kind of
the Guardian thing too.
Yeah.
Those critical strikes.
Yeah. So, and my move does use my reaction if we do that, or if I use it. So, yeah. So I think I'm thinking through those 4. I think Counterspell does make the most sense. It's just, I love the other 3 spells so much too. Yeah, but I think I'll sit on that. I'll go to the Curse Library.
You spend whatever, a very lengthy time in the curse room, you find very in-depth texts on curses. You learn about not just minor curses, slight curses, but major curses. One's called bastard curses that are fairly deadly. Things like you begin slowly vanishing from existence for 30 days. Things like that. Then you learn about death curses, like someone's dying breath, they put a curse on somebody. That's pretty intense. And then there's also blood curses, which it's something that, very good to have. You're starting to think that this curse that Andrew, Braenna's brother, might have, just based on this information, might be major or a bastard curse, simply because nobody died to make it happen, and it's not something that affects anyone else in her family. So you also cousin. Well, yeah, but that was another instance of that evil family. You also should check your feet.
Yeah, take your shoes off, Wyatt.
Right here. I'm not showing them on camera.
Those toes.
That's probably a good idea.
You gotta pay for that.
We might get some more followers if you do, though.
We could discuss this offline. Absolutely not.
For the after
we can
show.
Discuss it offline, but already no.
We will discuss why you should never say that again.
Ooh, what is this?
And while you're looking at that, let's go to Vrexil. Vrexil, what are you doing?
Ooh.
Oh, wait, no, you were identifying. Umbran, what are you doing?
Umbran has been feeling... Not feeling. Don't say that. Close your eyes. Has been feeling useless.
Okay.
Been feeling... No, you don't have to actually. I don't have any utility spells that can help when things get bad. I am built for combat, which I excel at. But if that chandelier was something I couldn't have gotten out of by standing up, I would still be stuck under it. I want to teleport is what I'm going for. But also I've been having the same thoughts of maybe a utility spell would be counter spell or dispel magic. But if Canari is gonna do that, I won't bother.
I have access to dispel magic, and I'm good with taking counter spell if. But
you might have discussed this beforehand, so it's
yeah.
Like
I don't want to keep you from taking fun things if I could help ease your burden.
Oh, I'm pretty sure Canari / Wyatt would have a lot of fun counterspelling things that I throw at you.
What makes you think? Yeah. No, I do like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I also don't have a lot of good area, crowd control spells, and I think that's something we're kind of lacking on the team right now. So I was either going in that direction, or I was going kind of the protector type stuff, since that's the kind of role Canari has on the team. Just buffing and all that stuff. So I leave it up to Umbran, since I can go any direction.
I'm trying to think of, because level 3 spells, I don't know if people know this, kind of suck.
Oh,
not a ton of great ones. Sorry, Wizards of the Coast, make better spells. So I'm thinking of maybe doing a first or a second level spell instead for the actual sorcerer spell I can take. I currently have two ideas in mind for the any spell. One of them is in character, it's just a minor boost that makes me better, and the other one is would be a big turning point in Umbran and what he would deem acceptable to do.
So you're kind of ruminating on all this, trying to figure it out as you're in this scroll room, looking at the names of the spells, just trying to rack your brain, what would be most useful. And you have the same setup that Moxie does, a room full of scrolls, except yours are a wider array, and a dojo next to it. Canari's and Vrexil's are also the same.
Excuse me.
You're excused.
The first spell I was thinking of is the best spell, Zephyr Strike, which is a ranger exclusive spell.
Counterspell, sorcerers can already learn counterspell, so that can just be one of the spells that
Have counterspell
so.
and which I could do, but I mean, counterspell's only gonna really work if we're up against another team, right? Not a ton of monsters you can magic, do they?
Depends
Some
on the
like
monster.
higher level ones, I think, right?
Yeah.
And also, I only have 2 third level spells right now.
Why don't I also get access to dispel magic? I just have to prepare it, and if counterspells constantly, like if I always have it prepared, then you know I have it. I think I'm the only full spellcaster we have on the team, so it makes sense for me to take it. So I'm gonna take counterspell.
Since you can like change out your spells per day, I don't. The spells Umbran picks are the spells Umbran is stuck with.
Yep. So
not a lot.
Yeah, and I think that's totally fair. I'm good with taking counterspell. I mean, who knows? Dev might throw this at us again just to throw us like a pit fiend at level 8 or something. Oh, I'm putting ideas in his head.
If Umbran took Zephyr Strike, it would boost his 3d6 plus 1d6 to 4d8 plus 1d6 for Shadow Blade, Zephyr Strike, Flame Blade combo, which is just fun. But the other thing I was thinking was life transference from which is you take 4d8 damage and you heal someone else double that damage. Umbran would have a healing spell.
Holy shit.
Of the equivalent of 8d8. Which would be beautiful. And painful.
I was like, but if they're all 8s, does Umbran die?
Maybe. But like, when does Umbran ever get hit by things? Almost never, except that chandelier that one time.
Except that chandelier. It wanted to swing from you.
How beautiful would it be if Umbran just gently like cups your face and life transferred energy into you?
Oh my god.
So it's like a level 1 force damage spell that makes you crazy fast, or a necrotic spell that heals your friends. I'm very stuck on that. So that's where Umbran is.
I mean, it's up to you. I think we have 2 healers essentially now that, I mean, between me and Moxie. So, I mean, I think it's like a really good high risk, high reward spell. But I mean, Umbran is really good at DPS. So
you know what we're gonna do?
Yeah.
We will do since you have plenty of time in here, we'll have Vrexil sort of just like give a little bit of what he's doing next, but maybe you all decide to have a team meeting to sort of like coordinate what spells you're gonna do, what utilities, kind of talk about like what new things you've learned or have been looking into or planning for the next time, and you can just sort of actually roleplay this and not do all the meta gaming. JK, it's fine.
Well, Braenna is in the forge, and she is going through all the stuff and is in the process of transferring the blood maul to her warhammer, the blood maul stuff, and has pulled all of the smite scrolls off of the wall and is debating which one. And I think that I'm going to put branding smite on the warhammer as well.
Beautiful.
So that's fun. So I don't know how long that'll take, but that's what Brain is doing.
Time just seems to fly by. And while you're in that room, you just have a wonderful time going at it. You find some materials and some information on how to actually do this like transfer. It requires some very intricate things that you kind of would know how to do anyway at a certain point.
I am proficient with masons, smiths, wood carving, and leatherworking tools.
Yeah, you just know that like the materials and everything that you would need to do something like this would cost a lot, take a lot of time, but you get it. You put it all together. It's already there, prepared for you. You go at it. You sweat dripping everywhere. You got your mohawk tied back. You got just everything just going at it. And it's finally, after all this time, you pull the steaming warhammer out of the water, and the etchings of the veins that would like take the blood from you and imbue it into this weapon are now on this warhammer. It's empowered, and you see a little arcane mark on it that is the mark that you would need for the branding smite spell.
Cool. So the warhammer previously was engraved with all of her ancestors, like in the same ram horn pattern that's tattooed on the side of her head. So I'm assuming it's those are still there, but now they're just blood red instead of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cool.
Can't wait to see the fan art.
Should I just drop in like a +2 warhammer as my thing and then just add the stuff in, or is it?
Yeah, or you can change Bloodmaul's name, and or you could just go into D&D Beyond and do the create magic item that you can do, or you can just let me do that at some point.
Well, the question then would be, so the Blood Maul is a 2d6, where the Warhammer is a 1d8.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming we're keeping the 1d8.
Yeah. Yep,
so
you're
I will
right.
just do I'm just gonna do Warhammer +2 and then add the text in.
Mm-hmm.
That's NBD. It's still attuned though, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, screw. I'm thinking of wizards, which get 2 spells every time you level up. Sorcerers only get 1. Never mind. Thunderstep it is.
Does someone have detect magic already? Like usually prepared, or?
Yes, Vrexil.
Okay.
All the time, every day.
So, everyone other than Braenna, because Braenna's hard at work, probably will convene for a meal team meeting strategy. Braenna would maybe join midway, just
Eventually.
like sweat everywhere, drenched, but like probably the happiest you've seen her in a while.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so go ahead and do.
We say all the things we just said
you
to each
say all
other.
the things that you just said.
Umbran, come here for a second. I got something to,
What's up?
oh, where'd they go? Okay. I need you to take these, and Vrexil takes a little pair of, and just like puts them actually physically on. Okay. Kind of like takes a polished part of the armor, hold it up. What do you think?
What am I looking at?
How it looks?
Your armor? The glasses?
The reflection of your.
Oh, how do I look with glasses on?
Yes, the armor is highly polished. You can see.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure what we were looking at. What are they?
It's just an idea I've been having. I think I've got a way to give you the ability to kind of do what that vampire did to Braenna, just sort of be really convincing and make somebody your friend. But it requires this, like, a dual gem focus, and the only real way to put that on that makes any kind of sense would be, a pair of glasses. I thought if that's something you're not opposed to, that might kind of fit in well with your, suite of, abilities, sneaky and turning people kind of their abilities against them, that kind of thing.
I've never thought about that. They're cute. I don't know. Are they attunement?
They would be, yeah. And it wouldn't be as strong as your own spells. Be a little weaker, but you could do it a couple of times probably before it would need to be recharged.
The thing is, I'm very short on attunement slots.
That's fair.
I have 2 things I will not part with, and the other one is this wand of webs.
That makes sense.
Wand of webs.
Which is useless.
Jerome hops out of Umbran's bag, and when you wave it around, Strom will like chase it a little bit.
I love him.
Well, if you need something that doesn't require attunement, I did have a couple of backup ideas. I have learned how to make some boots that basically make you completely silent. And I can also make a cloak that lets you, well, you don't really need to breathe, but it lets you swim really fast and breathe underwater. I don't know how that would.
Cannot swim.
Canari and Moxie are there too, so.
Yeah.
I feel like as soon as I would have gotten in, like Moxie would have come in and put a paper on the table, and it's got like a bunch of scrawlings of like spell names and stuff, and she's like basically trying to get Canari to check her work, to like see if she's like chosen good spells, or like she just doesn't.
You just slap it on the table.
Yeah, Canari has like 5 like really thick tomes all like stacked up around her. She looks like Vrexil on any other day. And she just adds that like onto the page in front of her, and like a little bit easier, I think, than before. If people would, I think Moxie would probably notice. She's a little bit more aware of like, she's always had a really like spiritual connection with everything, but like just the way she's writing runes seems to have like sped up, and she's kind of going a little bit faster with it.
Seems like you're in better spirits now that we're out of there.
Yeah, no kidding. But all the stuff about curses is keeping me occupied. Ooh, that's a fun spell.
Yeah, I don't. Is this fine? I don't know. I feel like there's all these things I can do. I just don't.
It fits you. I mean, if you look at, what were the 2 that you said you had? Always prepared heroism and
Sanctuary.
Sanctuary. I mean, that makes sense given Eldath and the domain of peace. I mean, that totally makes sense. I mean, the Bolt of Mercy, it's don't take this the wrong way. It's weird seeing you not want to fully kill something.
Yeah, I mean, most of the time it feels like I should be, but I figured, if I was going to use magic, maybe not have it be as intense as my punches.
There is beauty in restraint, and I think your Eldath is getting you to see that.
I want to be feared for my punches and not a spell.
You hear nearby Umbran's shouts of delight as he sees the gloves of thieving that Vrexil has placed on the table.
Umbran accepts the gloves of thieving as to not make Vrexil feel bad. Okay, not delight.
And they are
like, thank you so much. I will cherish them.
And they are more than just ordinary, fancy sigil infused gloves. They have, when they become briefly visible for use, like a whole suite of different like things that just seem to sprout out of a like a little demi-plane pocket out of the side of the glove, like a tool that like, and then it's it's like a backup, it's like a turning tool for the lock, and then like another one, it's like a lockpick designed specifically for like wafer, locks and things, like all these different like accessories to enable you to increase your lock picking skills, but they all sort of come out of these like secret semi pockets.
Thank you so much. That's so fun, because that's where my thieves tools come from, and I hold out my hands and they unfold from them. They're integrated.
I thought it would be thematically appropriate.
Thank you so much. I lent my Dungeon Master's Guide to a friend, so I'm gonna have to look for them in my magic items.
Plus 5 to sleight of hand checks and dexterity checks.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much.
Just what Umbran needed.
When you slip the gloves on, they don't just disappear, but they kind of sink into your hands. And they're now part of you until Vrexil chooses to do something else with his infusions. The little sigil sort of like appears faintly on the back of your hands.
This poor little gnome boy has been trying to give Umbran things, and he's like, no, I don't need anything. And he's like, no, take something.
All right, back to Canari and Moxie, who are in a heated sort of discussion of like, what do I take? What do I do? How do I be a cleric? How do I not punch things?
Yeah, that she's just getting answers, and also asking, like, on the page are like a bunch of spells that like have nothing to do with being a cleric, and they're like, she's like trying to figure out like what to take, since we get to take an extra whatever spell. She's like, do I take another like attack spell or a reaction?
Well, if you're trying to, what could be interesting actually, if you're thinking about reactions, I mean, if you're taking, you could take something like absorb elements and then add fire to your punches.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was looking at, was either taking absorb elements or like feather fall to help but like most of us have things against falling.
Yeah, and I think Vrexil has
that,
feather
right?
Fall. He has access to it. I don't know if he prepares it every day, but he has access to it for sure.
Yeah.
I think for you, because you still want to punch things in combat, and because you can, I mean, let's be honest, you have the fastest fist out of anybody in the dungeon sphere right now.
Yeah, obviously.
And I think just knowing you're going to want to punch more than you're going to want to spend the time to cast a spell.
That's what I'm saying.
So I think something that your fighting style is quick, you bounce off of things, and you can really, you go not with the flow because you're always going in your own direction, but you have the ability to bounce back and forth and react quickly. So I think something that, like absorb elements or something that helps you hit harder, I think you can focus less on healing. I can do healing all day.
Okay, then yeah, I guess that's a good point. I'll take absorb elements. I think that's a good idea. That's kind of what I was leaning towards for like a reaction. So, and then like I can just then punch that back at something.
Yeah.
Which is really what I want to be doing.
No, I think that totally makes sense with you.
And then Braenna comes in. Guys, look! Hammer!
We're cleric buddies now.
Braenna's hammer just breaks the table in half.
You also have a moment to discuss who gets what items as well. Once Braenna arrives with the hammer, and you smell the musk coming off of her.
Yeah, I come in and Braenna just like fully like everything is like slicked down because she's just sweat so much. Well, it's gross. But guys, I made my hammer better, and like, you see the blood red dwarvish runes running up it. And
did not know forgery required such waterworks.
It got a little hot. I was,
Yeah,
it was a little toasty.
Water. Yeah. I'm not familiar with the concept of sweating, so.
No, this is all. This is all me. Yeah. It got a little warm.
Bryn just has like little beads of sap coming out.
I don't sweat.
Sap.
Why would I? What's the point?
From the tree you are made of.
Yeah, from the trees from the Underdark.
Yeah, the Underdark trees.
Underdark sap.
From the secret tunnels.
So you do have the items to discuss as well. As a reminder, there's a challenger's ring, which causes a you can target somebody DC 13 with compelled duel. There's a rapier of life stealing, so ding ding ding, steal life, get hit points. A sunblade, so bonus action I think to go lightsaber it up, and then a spell gem that you can put spells into and cast spells out of.
What material is this spell gem made out of? You said it was a bloodstone?
Yeah, bloodstone.
So, okay. Vrexil will explain the various functions of all of the things.
I don't need any weapons.
Or you can always sell it next checkpoint.
Braenna kind of looks at her, so she's got like her javelin and the lightbringer and the warhammer. No more blood maul, that is gone. But yeah, I feel like I'm good on weapons too.
Moxie just holds up her fists. I got all I need right here.
That's fair enough.
If we were gonna keep something, it would either be, I don't know if Umbran, you want to have the life-stealing rapier, or if you'd rather have, or if we'd rather have a sunblade, just for us, because we don't know what exactly we're going up against.
The sunblade would have been magnificently helpful in the last room, so it's very funny that it was the treasure.
Wink.
Yes, thank you.
All of this can stay in the haversack of holding, right? Because like it came in real handy to have extra weapons in there when we got into the beach fight, and like Braenna didn't have anything. So I think just kind of having
a couple extra just aside.
Yeah.
I mean,
this sunblade hits pretty hard. It's more than a normal and more than even a improved weapon. It's packs a big punch. So
it's a short sword.
Long sword.
Long sword hilt.
Okay, I can't use it.
If you are proficient with short swords or long swords, you are proficient with the sunblade.
Oh, okay. So technically, Moxie could use that one.
Moxie and Canari.
Yeah.
Also, the thing about long swords is they're not. First time, nope. Other word. Finesse
They're
weapon.
not finesse. Yep. Short
Oh,
swords are
right.
Which this weapon is. This is the finesse weapon. So.
Yeah, the rapier is a finesse weapon. The long sword, the sun sword is not.
No, sunblade is.
Yeah.
It has a special
is a
special
finesse
description.
property. Okay.
Yep.
So that's
it's like a long sword, but it's basically a short sword.
Two-handed. That's 1d10 radiant damage plus
1d8. Plus 2 bonus to attack and damage, and it's 1d8 radiant damage.
Two-handed.
And you can do
it
either one-handed for
1d8 radiant damage to undead creatures. Don't at me, Devin. I have got spell cards.
Oh yeah.
Which I mean is radiant damage is nice. It would be nice to have a sort of damage that isn't psychic or necrotic, which are the two. Well, now I've got thunderstone. It was some pretty hefty thunder damage. Lightning damage.
I could always take it. I mean, the only weapon I have is the warhammer, which is, I love this hammer. It killed that damn bat.
Moxie, you hear that Canari actually used her warhammer, and you didn't see it. You missed it.
I missed it.
I mean, you could, if you look closely, you could still see the bloodstain on it.
She takes it and like examines it closely, and it just like pats Canari on the shoulder, and is still kind of annoyed and looks around for someone to order alcohol from?
Then
Fumbling about how she can't believe she missed it.
Oh, the alcohol is self-serve, but
Okay.
you all do remember that you can review any moment from level 2.
I pull it up.
True.
Yeah, I had a pretty good view too.
The rapier of life stealing, I'm so sorry, I'm still stuck on this, is completely useless to us. And we should not have it. Take it, use it. It's bad.
Oh.
If you crit, it gives you 10 temporary hit points. We're all very much all up in the temporary hit points to our wonderful, our wonderful clerics, Canari. And like 10 necrotic damage is nothing.
You get temporary hit points.
That's a good point.
Exactly. Yeah. It's just perhaps someone on Team Phoenix could use it if we wanted to trade with them.
That's a good point.
Maybe.
Yeah. Or we could sell it at the checkpoint and get some more. Because
But Team Phoenix might have gotten, most likely they've gotten different items when they came through. Their items might be more useful to us.
And you never get store credit at the same level as, if you're just going in for...
Yeah. Claudulius is an asshole, and I would rather see him burned alive than deal with him.
Moxie,
I can't stand him.
Breaking the tension. Moxie, what are you attuned to right now?
Oh, so much.
Come on.
I have the cloak
At
of
least
protection.
3.
Yeah, I am at 3. So she
Okay.
yeah, I have the cloak, the tattoo, and the other tattoo, and she kind of turns around to try to look at it again, but it's just her spinning a little bit. I'm pretty full up on attunement to tattoos.
All right. Well, if you ever feel like you want to make somebody have to punch
Attunement, if you would.
this thing, the signet. The signet is a ring. Damn it.
Rain.
I'm already. It'll make people have to punch you or try.
Oh. Yeah, I can carry that, and then I can always unattune from the cloak if I really need to, even though it's a good cloak.
Yeah. I don't have to hold on to all these things, so tosses Moxie the ring.
What am I adding again? I was only half paying attention when we were talking about what to add.
Gruul Guild Signet.
To be fair, Braenna did find the ring.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
I
did
feel
you
like-
want it back?
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
I feel like
I have 3 attunements
Sounds
already that I don't want to
Oh.
get rid of any of them. So
Suddenly, Quentin appears, and you hear the and he is behind the bar. Hello,
Hey.
I know you didn't call me, but I have news that you might be interested in.
Uh-huh.
Sure.
Team Nightwalker has eliminated Team Rock.
Oh, wait, what?
Look at them, back on the killing people boat.
How many are there? I know they got one person. There were 2 that escaped us. They got 1 person. Is
I
it
thought they
only
got
the
another
3 of them?
one.
They ended up taking a member of Team Rock after killing the other 4.
So Team Rock is still in the game, just none of the original players.
Secrets and Numa
No.
are there. The tiefling and the elf, the ranger and the monk.
Team Rock. Go back.
Team Rock is on
Oh.
now.
Fully
it's
out.
Team Rock is gone now.
Oh, they're fully out? Okay.
Yeah, Team Nightwalker, the one
Fully
that
out.
attacked us.
They have been ruthlessly killed. And Team Nightwalker has taken their druid who was a Kenku. His name is Becco.
another bar to smash, you're saying?
Druid.
Bird,
New
Oh,
bird.
Bird to
bird
smash.
to
Yes.
smash.
Apparently they have a thing for Kenku. And Team Leviathan has completed the boss of level 2. So they are right behind you and getting to level 3.
Okay. So is Nightwalker still on level 2 then?
Yes, they are. But Becco has given them the information of how to complete level 2. So it
okay,
shouldn't be that far behind, especially since they took the 3 soul coins that Team Rock already had.
Oh.
Okay.
All right. Well, we don't want to stay here too long, then, I guess is what you're saying?
Well, Team Nightwalker can't sneak up on us anymore. I'm ready for him.
You are.
I am.
Well, hopefully that was helpful. I am gonna go to sleep now. Goodbye. Boop.
Good night.
Completely not on this topic. I'm jumping back to the last topic. I wasn't done. Vrexil, you had mentioned boots that let you like rewind where you were 15 feet.
That's true. They've kind of got like a short-term memory storage system. They remember the motions that you've taken them through, and they can reverse.
If I ever fall off a cliff or anything, I think they would be very useful for short teleportation.
That is
I
true.
would love a set of those.
Okay, here. Takes the gloves and just kind of like for the next like however long,
once,
and then eventually gives them back. So yeah, you've got boots of the winding path, which I don't know if those will. Yeah, I don't know if those will be in D&D Beyond, but the description's in the Discord.
That's fine. I've got a piece of paper. Wonderful.
Is there a way to add the spell into from like the other class into our sheets, or is that something that like you have to do, or we just have
You tell me what you do, and then I will turn it into a feat and then give it to you.
Got it. Okay.
It will say at will, but you'll just need to mark off the appropriate spell slot.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Have you decided?
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna take absorb elements.
Absorb elements. And Vrexil, have you decided?
Vrexil's gonna take Phantasmal Force.
Phantasmal Force, okay. Since you're an artificer, what's the mechanism as to which you would do this?
Probably some sort of projection system. Like, quite literally, like a and it like, but I don't know how it would be only visible to that person. I'll have to workshop that.
Maybe like you just have something that
hallucinogenic dart. Just
oh, you have the
just, like,
hallucinogenic
a pair of
spores.
glasses at them, and like the glasses get stuck to them.
Or
You
you
have the
could
hallucinogenic spores, yeah.
you could do something with like with a Soren type creature that like projects kind of a la
Like, but say it's like right behind their ear or something, and they just don't notice. And it's
yeah. In
Yeah,
a very
Soren gets a little projector, and it just like goes in front of them.
It's like they're wearing
Exterior
the you know the 3D what are those?
VR goggles.
Yeah, they're wearing.
yeah.
The AR goggles, pardon me.
Yeah. Like personal holographic VR goggles.
And Canari, did you decide?
I'm counterspell.
Okay, counterspell. And then
Yeah.
Umbran.
I'm still stuck.
Still stuck, okay. No worries, no rush.
It will be either Zephyr Strike or Life Transference. I just do not know.
Oh, you like Zephyr Strike?
I did, yeah. I love
It's
Zephyr
good.
Strike. It's the best spell in Dungeons and Dragons.
Is it?
Exclusive to Rangers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a good spell.
It's a bonus action, and then your movement, your general movement increases by 30 feet. You don't take opportunity attacks, and the next next attack you do does an extra 1d8 force damage. And only Rangers get it. The exclusivity of it. I don't remember if you can upcast it, but if you can, that just stacks more d8s on it. Or makes you faster. Either one. It's very good.
Oops.
But life transference is beautiful. So I have no choice. Also, I tried to type the word thieving into my Google Docs, and it said, "Oh, you mean the Vikings?" I was like, "No, it means that." Thanks, Google Docs.
Canari, were you gonna hold on to the Sunblade just to have it on your person?
I think we could put it. I don't know if it makes more sense to maybe if we go to the beach, we just put our stuff in the trunk. And then
Next time we go to the beach.
But what if we called it a star blade for you? Instead of being radiant sun damage, it came out into a beautiful sparkling lightsaber of stars.
It isn't attunement, but neither was the silver raven that became a silver owl.
Yeah.
Sunblade is an attunement.
Oh. I mean, I have, because the spell refueling ring that Vrexil gave Canari, that's not attunement, right?
Correct.
I have two open attunement slots. Canari will just spend the time. She'll pick up the Sunblade and just kind of hold it in her hands as she's going over all these curse breaking tomes. She's got another stack of post-it notes and is just flagging all the different pages with the different, or trying to transfer them over into a tome, a blank tome that she can carry with her. She's doing flashcards.
She's doing flashcards. After an hour, the hilt of the blade changes to a reflective moon-like silver.
Ooh.
And Canari will take it and then bonus action, just light it up just to see what it looks like.
The closest to the handle, it's the darkness of night, but the purpley beginnings of dusk, and then it goes from that to the pinks and the reds, the oranges, to the yellows at the tip. So it goes through a gradient of the colors of dusk, and then throughout there's little points of light, like the stars.
The light that it emits is considered sunlight, which is extremely helpful for some monsters who cannot be exposed to sunlight.
Like vampires.
Yeah.
Like vampires or myconoids.
Right? It's Sunblade, not Sunsword, because this isn't
Sunblade.
Sunblade,
yeah. Okay, good.
Sunsword is a legendary. Yeah, it also affects myconids, but the myconids were your homies.
Yeah.
I know. In my home game, we're gonna go fight a myconoid queen, and it's just gonna be fun.
Oh yeah.
Gonna go fight Mushroom Mommy.
If we ever find them again, I want more drugs. So.
Maybe they're like Gorgatula. They'll appear again.
They'll appear again, and we can party for real.
All right, Vrexil and Moxie, you now have access to those spells that you chose.
Sweet.
And I do have meta news. There's a new member of Team Triant. Quentin probably would have mentioned this too. It's kind of like a last-minute decision on my end. It is Autumn, an elf, paladin, Oath of the Watchers, which should be familiar to one of you.
I was like, wait a minute. Yes.
I knew exactly. Oh, so they're both in the sphere now. Ooh.
Oh.
Maybe it's because I'm planning on killing off Moxie, but
Oh no, Moxie.
Oh no.
I mean, it's fine. I'm excited about it as well. Be an entirely different character, but.
Cool.
I think Canari would eventually, once things have kind of settled down, she closes the final book she was looking at, and has all this whole book of curses in front of her, and looks over to Braenna and says, "I'm getting closer. I don't think I have his exact everything exactly, but I think I have a chance. I have a much better chance of breaking whatever curse was put on Andrew now than I did before, when we were still in level 2.
Well, we have some time. Though apparently, I think we might be getting close to where he is because he keeps on coming up and like telling me stuff in dreams and crap. So I feel like we might be getting close. The thing we talked about earlier when we were flying in the boat. I don't know.
Yep.
The way this has been going, I'm expecting a boat next level. I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
I mean, it could happen. They have always joked that they're going to do a water level at some point.
Yeah, but
That's true.
So I don't know. I feel like it might be coming soon, but I don't know.
Okay. Well, I may have. I don't know. It's interesting to try and cram this much information into one.
There's a very lot of books.
Yeah, but there's a really fun thing I can do. Well, a couple fun things I can do now.
More fun than being out ready to attack?
Well, that, but I mean, you know how I broke that one ghost that possessed you?
Oh yeah, that guy was rude.
Mm-hmm. I can do that on a much broader scale. It's a ritual that I've never done it before, but if everything according to all these books is on the right track, I could probably get it done.
Well, that would be very good.
Yeah, I just have to be able to touch him. And if he's a ghost, I need to figure out how I can touch ghosts.
I already know how you can touch ghosts.
I have a thing.
I know, but I have to be the one who touches them.
But like,
yeah, well then just you go do it.
It's the oil.
The oil of etherealness that the ghost.
Oh, we do have that.
Which I gave to Braenna, but you can give to Canari.
I have it right here.
Oh crap! Okay, wow. Cool. Okay.
Very carefully wrap it up in like bubble wrap and like towels and
old
stuff.
fantasy bubble wrap.
Canari pulls out another book and opens it. It's like rifling through, trying to figure out like between like the different branches of curses, and she'll sit and talk with Braenna, trying to narrow it down. Like, what were his symptoms? Like, what happened? Like, how did, all the timeline and stuff. And she's just going to go through that whole process and try and figure out if she has access to that specific curse or like the knowledge of it.
Do you want to roll your first ability check with your new feat?
Yeah.
Not the one that could kill you, the other one.
Yeah. So not the one that could kill me. Yeah. That's always comforting.
The other one.
Yeah, right.
You're right. Yeah. I had a fun new feat.
Cursebreaker.
Yeah. Cursebreaker.
It's new and will appear in my book of curses that I will put out there for people to buy.
So the first roll was 10 plus 4. I'm using religion for this one. Right. So either 14 or, yeah, it's a 14.
You don't know enough yet, but you might have a few ideas. There are some planes of existence that creatures who have passed on to the afterlife might be stuck in and wandering in a foggy domain that just, it's essentially like the fog in the spirit world from Legend of Korra Avatar. But yeah, so they're just wandering forever, or his spirit might be just lost on the ethereal plane. And then at that time, it just requires finding a way to bring him to you. But then there's also one other option. And any of those could be connected to a curse where they don't reach that final stage of the afterlife, where they're stuck in a limbo or purgatory or something. The final thing is that he is in the belly of some other dimensional creature, and his spirit was swallowed. And within that other dimensional creature, there's another demi-plane where like spirits are contained.
Wow.
And the curse would have marked him for that creature to devour after death.
Maybe at the next mini checkpoint or whatever the ones where Scorn maybe can give us some more information on what his little sister's going through right now too, in case there's more information there, and then maybe we can narrow it down some from that.
Yeah, and I mean, it might be good if I talk to your parents too.
Well, I'm sure they love that.
Well, I think our moms would get along, at least.
Yeah.
I mean, they both seem to have kind of dealt with Clinton in some way.
I feel like
Yes.
Moxie would lean over and be like, until they start fighting over who gets Vrexil.
Vrexil, roll me a perception check.
Nope.
Vrexil's still explaining the boots to Umbran.
Nothing.
It's been so long since I've worn shoes. It's strange.
So, is it okay if we sort of fast forward a little bit?
Mhm.
All right. So, you eventually take your long rest for the night with the knowledge of Team Nightwalker close on your heels and the information about Team Leviathan. You're all probably wanting to head out soon, just so you don't fall behind the other teams. Right? Is that accurate? Perfect. So, in the morning, after some nice breakfast, at the courtesy of Canari, you will all prepare and get ready to go through the portal door on the other side of this little rest area, sauna spa, to head to the next level. Unless there's anything else you would like to do. Umbran still needs to decide the spell, but you'll have time because we're not actually.
I'm gonna do life transference.
Life
Zephyr Strike's also a concentration check. I wouldn't be able
It
to
is.
use it with Shadow Blade.
All right. So, one by one, you go through the door to enter level 3. There's no sign that tells you what this level is before you go there. And as you exit through and enter this new level, everyone needs to make a dexterity saving throw. Actually, acrobatics check. Acrobatics check.
Hey, natural 20.
Ooh.
22.
Also 22.
14.
All right. Braenna, what'd you get?
One sec.
No worries.
So I can't be surprised.
No.
And I have danger sense.
Yes.
So I'm gonna roll this with advantage.
But it's not a saving throw. Is it?
Yeah. You can do it. You're ready.
Huh. You said acrobatics?
Yeah.
17.
All right. So you exit through this door and you enter the top deck of a ship. Storm is raging. Water is pouring down on you from above, lightning crashing. And you see an entire crew on your ship who's just yelling at each other, man the sails, draw the ropes, blah, blah, blah. And the waves are crashing against your ship and you're tilting back and forth. And Canari, you just lose your footing and you slide to one of the railings and hit. And the ship is tipping in a way where if you were to look behind you, you would see the water below. And a woman comes up to you. She's dark-skinned, human. She says, "Welcome aboard the SS Wayfinder." And then that's it. You're done.
Oh.
You just cut to Braenna going, "Oh shit!"
Vrexil slowly pulling out this little feather coin,
Boat time.
Knew it. I knew it.
All right. So the next
So yeah, Vrexil,
level.
you were talking about a ring of water walking?
the next
If Umbran
level.
falls off the boat, he's going straight down.
Oh no.
Oh,
Its name is the Lost Seas.
Oh my. Cool. Well, so next week is.
Oh, and she says,
Huh?
I'm Captain Barbarossa.
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 And then a pirate theme song that sounds similar but not like pirates starts playing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
A public domain pirate song.
Yeah.
And this
General
is what she looks
pirate
like.
music.
I'm posting an NPC and monsters on our Discord.
Ooh.
I love her.
So that's Barbarossa.
I can't
Oh
look
my
at her yet
God.
because it will mess up the cameras.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You're in for a treat.
There is a crew of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 who are manning the ship right along with you.
Cool.
Sick.
And I'm
Good
gonna
thing.
post each of them.
Good thing you
Oh,
took that
oh,
compass
oh,
cantrip, Moxie.
Yeah, right? Well, because I was like, well, I already have a compass, so I could probably just, like, utilize this cantrip, like, pretty well.
Oh,
Especially because, like, none of us
Oh.
really have survival, so...
Hello, sir.
And next week we're gonna do a
Body.
special haunted Halloween one-shot in costumes.
Oh,
And you all need to make level 12 characters.
okay.
God, I gotta
Ooh,
write this down.
This guy. We'll talk about this in the channel. Also, any in the Discord. Any
Announcements?
No, I was gonna say.
Oh.
Any watchers. I
Oh, yeah.
think if they post what their costume that they'll be wearing during the show, maybe they get an extra entry into the giveaway that we're doing.
Oh, yeah. That's a good idea.
That-
That'd be fun.
We can do that. So
Mhm.
there's already entries from the Google Forms and whatnot. I'm compiling an email list, and
Oh.
then whoever wins that it'll be announced sometime next week.
Is this
forgot
on
the
Twitter
rules.
only for the entries?
Yeah, and all of you are already disqualified. You can't win the thing.
No, now I'm gonna have to teach my mom how to make a Twitter.
Oh.
Yeah, so that'll be fun.
All right, so yeah, next week we're gonna do a special spooky one shot, and I'm just gonna try to like scare the shit out of you.
I'm excited.
Woohoo!
Okay.
Well,
Level 12 characters. Actually, it's pretty high. Yeah, level 12 characters. And
13 for the
okay, level 13 characters.
spooky haunt. Yeah.
Oh,
And-
I get it.
Yeah.
Any race, any class, any subclass, whatever.
We'll talk. Guys, we'll talk.
We'll
All right.
figure it out.
We don't really have any announcements. And usually I'm gonna do announcements at the beginning, but I kind of didn't.
Yeah. So announcements would be make sure to follow the channel, make sure to follow us on Twitter, and watch next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jacob and I make D&D content that you can spend money on. So there's that as well.
I'm trying to, but it's very difficult.
You were literally
Fourth
number
place.
4,
Fourth place.
fourth
And
place out of
I got this cool
thousands of
thing.
people.
Oh, that's so
Oh,
It's so fun.
Wow.
You
Oh,
guys-
I have one too.
Oh my God.
Mine's not on, but it. You know,
I have it plugged
oh,
in.
wait.
I have the USB. It's got a USB thing to charge it,
Oh.
and it's plugged
Mine's
into my
not plugged in.
computer.
You should roll your
It
dice.
was. I don't remember how to turn it on. I think it just says
Also, I got they gave consolation prizes for all the people that didn't come in first through third, which me since fourth, and I got a hat, and I got that lamp, and I got minis, and I got dice, and I got a puzzle, and I got a
Oh, was
very
that the
soft-
big box you got of
That
all
was
the
the big
stuff?
box yesterday, and I got
Oh.
this blanket. That
Sounds
I
like
thought
Christmas.
that you just bought like a bunch of stuff, and I was like, oh, that's
No.
a nice stuff, loot.
No,
haul.
I
Melissa
got
got all
it
that for
all
free.
because
Oh, that's
I
awesome.
put in, God, it was 7 weeks, so I put in, 100 hours of work. So I feel
It's
like
true,
it's
you did.
It's the
probably,
least they could do.
probably okay.
All right. Well, I think that's it. So
Okay,
goodbye for now.